you hear about that brand new thing? Everyone is already complaining. Hop in the chat, give us a shout. Wait till you see what Digger and Johnny are talking about. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man. So sit in the chat, let's have a laugh. Hours planned are 3.5. Digger squirrels driving Johnny mad, reading chat backwards, making people laugh. Hey, who's yowling in the back? It's Al unloading on a dog's back. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man.
Oh, I love it. It's just so quick and punchy. I like the way it hits. She's not here. Spoiler alert, it's just me. I know, boo, fuck me. But I love the song. I really, really like the song. So, Woot says, Penna Bishop. Good to see you, Penna Bishop. Shut up and shit with me. See, now, and Jay Ward, what are you talking about? That's not even that hasn't been the song for a while. Yeah. So there it is. Angry Saxon, how the hell are you? I'm doing good. I got some phone calls done. Hopefully we've got some movement on this whole finding a way to have a fucking handicap accessible place. Like, it should not be this hard. It's getting to the point now where even the caseworkers I'm speaking with, like, right, this is not supposed to be this difficult. And I'm like, okay. And then they come at me every time like I'm the problem, which is fine because that would be what I would assume too if I were them. And so they're like, all right, so what are you doing? And then I explain the steps of everything we've gone through. And they're like, huh. And I'm like, so what? And I always say, what am I doing wrong? And the last one, you're not doing anything wrong. So it's interesting. It's been a while, brothers. This is Angry Saxon. It has, man. How have you been? Hope you're doing well. Hope you haven't seen you in the chat for a bit. Cripple, how's it going? Great show this morning. I had fun this morning. It's always a good time hanging out with Aaron. I always have fun doing that show with him. I had fun, but did he meet his goal? That's the big question, because much like my show, if the goal's not met, we can't keep doing the damn thing. So hi everyone. The new song gets 2 thumbs ups as well. Saffron. I like the new song, and I haven't been able to write lyrics for another song that I feel like would be better. So I haven't made a second song, like, for just me. Like, I kind of really like this just being the show tune. Digger's here 3 out of 5 days of the week at this point, minimum. Like, and in some cases, she does the whole run. And so she always does the funding shows, and she's a big part of that and why we started doing that. So I just kind of feel like Digger's a big part of the show. Maybe we should just keep her in the intro no matter what. Hit like, Digger lover, says Balls Deep. Yeah, hit the like button. Digger also might show up in the chats today. She's got other stuff going on, but she might show up in the chats. Ghost of Balls Deep, I saw you jumping in there. Johnny, open a daycare center. No, that's again, St. Caesar, you're missing the point. It'll totally be questioned, St. Caesar, because my name isn't fucking Mohammed, okay? Like, that's the, and it's not, I don't care, it's right, no, that's the way the state is doing this. The state has a liberal body that is interested in keeping a majority of their votes and a voting bloc that they like, that they imported. And so those people get away with murder. I'm being scrutinized over every nickel and dime. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm being scrutinized for everything I file as to whether or not it was in the right form. Like, we have people here who literally, like, they just went, yeah, we've served 4,000 meals. Do you have any proof of that? Nope, we're not going to look at it. That's fine. Like, we have some of the lamest, laziest, worst effort input ever in terms of fraud in this state, and it worked. That's the part that hurts. And I don't blame the people doing it for that. I blame the people that let it slide. It fucking worked. And that doesn't work for me, because my name is Polish-Lithuanian. It sounds incredibly white, and my medical history and everything else proves very much that I am not of that demographic. So they will use me, in your example, I know, and you're just joking, but this is why it's a shitty, stupid joke. They would use me as a fucking, like, look, we caught a fraudster, and we threw the book at him to make an example of him to show this doesn't slide. And it's like, right, you did it to that one guy. What about the 98% back there that did all, like, almost 100% of the none of it. Okay. Hey, kids doing work IRL. Yeah, she's IRLing today, so that's all it is. It's the hole in the donut looks enticing Tuesday. I wouldn't call it that. I called the show Don't Finish That, and I did spell finish wrong deliberately, so I was waiting to see. Nobody told me. I guess everybody realized I meant the country, not the actual word finish. So yeah, nobody freaked out about that. It was nice. I was expecting people to be like, "Dude, you spelled finish with too many N's, Tardo." Like, yeah, no, I didn't. That was deliberate. Sorry, sir. I am a cunt. Well, it's not that you're a cunt. It's just that the joke doesn't work. Like, that's the reason. And I'm sorry. I get upset about this. I was talking to the worker. I literally. The case manager lady I was speaking to, I was apologizing to her too for being so angry. It's like I'm angry. I'm sick of these hoops and the jumping and going through them and starting over and always being told I'm doing everything right, but it never fucking works. And meanwhile, we see this and that, so it's just a thing. Hablo Pachenko, Johnny could be my silent partner. I don't know what you're talking about. Silent partner. I'm not involved in anything, Hablo Pachenko. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Good afternoon, everyone, says Mr. Q. Good afternoon, Mr. Q. Good to see you guys. We have a fully prepped show for you to go till 4:30. We got a bunch of different stuff. Digger found something that she sent me to talk about, and I kind of really want to, so that'll definitely be a thing. We've got a whole bunch of stories and stuff to get into, a whole bunch of news and such to do. Our goal is at $35 today, but after today, like, we already have enough to round up and call that 5 and take that 5 off the goal, but it's on Twitch, and that's for today, and we always do that at the end of the show, so I don't want to do it before the show and get confused. So either way, we're going to be hopefully down to $30 of the goal, or more if we can knock that out. Your social service needs will be met immediately. All you got to do is tune out. See, but again, I'm not willing to do any of that stuff. And I'm just aggravated that that's where it's at. Like, if that stuff was being allowed and I was getting through all of this hassle-free, like, I'd be more inclined to be like, all right, whatever. I don't agree with that, but I can ignore it. It's somebody else's life, somebody else's problem. But it's the fact that I'm coming up against these walls and the other groups aren't. And like I said, I would assume it's me, but now I'm literally talking to the people, and they're coming up with the same blanks I did, and their advice and their suggestions and their help are always to, well, so fill out this form. So it's different. It's different. All these people turning a blind eye with backroom deals and getting a cut is getting exposed all over the country. People have had enough, and it's going to end. Angry Saxon, I don't think it's going to end until somebody gets extremely excessive, and I don't advise that, so I don't think it's going to end. I think, honestly, the system is built to perpetuate itself, and plenty of people that are everyday cogs in the machine are happy to keep the system going because, hey, I like my little everyday life. The oddities like me that get caught up and ground up in it, yeah, it's just going to keep happening. And we're going to get ripped apart and left for refuse. It sucks. Saying you are just a cunt. You aren't just a cunt. You're also really stupid. That's mean.
You're a cunt.
He lives for your attention, especially the negative. That's what it is. It won't end because it's a circular system that buys fraud through political mechanisms. Right. It's not going to end unless people make a move at it ending, and I don't see people doing it. We can open up leering centers. And that's the thing, Hablovchenko. No, you can't. You see, that's the thing. You can't do that. Because like I said, I can't. If I were involved with it in any way, it would bring it down immediately. Because like I said, they would the state of Minnesota would be more than happy to hold up a a person who looks like me and say I was committing fraud and I ripped off millions and millions of dollars and I'm a horrible person, boo, 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 hoo, hoo. And they would throw the book at me and give me the maximum sentence, all that shit, because we ain't going to let that fly in Minnesota. Our kindness has been taken advantage of. It's like, right, now hold the other 99% of fraudsters in the state that you know of to the same level of account that you just held me. It's not going to happen. Because, again, we know the difference, and that's the sad part. It's not a racist thing. It's not a political thing. It's just a fucking fact. It's just no. They want those people. Well, I suppose that's technically political. They want those people to keep voting for them, so they're going to let that slide. And that group gets away with it just because of that. And so they're all doing it, and they're all getting away with it. Oh, what if I do it? Well, if you do it, you don't fit those demographics, so we will hold you to account just to say we did something. At this point, letting them get away with it, I'd be a blessing. They'd love it, because then they'd hold me to account. You know what? Maybe I should cut my own backroom deal. I go up and I get arrested for fraud or whatever. They give me 1 or 3 years, and we work it out where I get caught. But at the end of it all, I get to keep the money, maybe a little money for my effort, and we silently backroom deal that. You know what? I'll sign up for that. I'll be a straw man if it has a payday at the end. 1.8 what 1.8 stolen from an armored truck in Philly. I don't really care about that, no, but thanks, I guess. I don't, why would that 1.8 stolen from an armored truck in Philly? Does anyone care? I don't believe anyone gives you shit. Johnny Somalia 2.0. What are you talking about? No, I'm not. Dear Lord, no. Although I suppose if I did this way, I think he's saying if I went in, then it would be. Speaking of Johnny Somali, I am all for the United States revoking his citizenship. I'm all for, while we're catching this guy being an absolute piece of garbage, he's making us look bad in South Korea and on the internet. I'm all for them going, yeah, he is such a horrible person. We're revoking your citizenship. And you're no longer a citizen of the United States. You're now a citizen of the world. I don't think he has secondary citizenship. But if he does, it's to Somalia or somewhere there. Go there, I guess, buddy. Plenty of third world places that won't give a crap if you actually live there. But yeah, I'd love to see a revoked citizenship. Just for his public behavior this whole time. But that's a pipe dream. What are you thinking? Anyways, but since you mentioned it, and I did want to pull it, we do have an update on our boy, our piece of human trash. I'm gonna go to our other boy, Atozy, A to Z, Atozy. I like his stuff. This is him explaining what's just happened with old Johnny. Apparently the sentence has been extended. Let's do this. Be sure if you're not a member, subscribe, Tozy, all that stuff. Let's see if we can play this. It's like Tom Hanks' movie where he can't leave the country now. Yeah, dude. Actually, yeah, it would be just like that. He's stuck in the airport terminal in South Korea because they don't want him back in the country, but he can't go anywhere. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I don't want him to fall in any ill will. I just want him to literally have consequences for his actions. And I feel like those, though they may seem extreme, are the right ones. So I just did that. I love that. I just did that. Ugh. Let's see what we have here for old Atozy.
I don't know how it's possible, but things somehow got even worse for the IRL streamer Johnny Smalley, because we do know he was sentenced to 6 months in prison in Korea.
Yeah, you were literally there. By the way, I don't know if I've said this enough. I love his fucking mat that he has in the back. I love this wall mat thing. My daughter has something very similar, but it's child friendly. I haven't read that as much, but with the little roads and stuff on it. So every time I see that, it's fun. It's cute. I like it. And now I get distracted. I always want to see what's the town? Who's the town? What's where?
With the labor, but unfortunately for him, he just extended his stay in South Korea because he didn't know better but to appeal his very light sentence.
Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, what? Oh my God, you appealed? Thank you, Lab Glass, for the 100 bits. You appealed your sentence. So let me get this straight. You were looking at like max all in like 12 and a half, maybe 13 years with hard labor in a South Korean prison if you did like the whole stint. But if you got a light sentence, I would think, take it. Like you've already been found guilty. You're like so many of these laws you're just guilty of violating. People were There's something about a cartoon chicken shaking its ass in your face to the THX theme that is just weird and also slightly disturbing. We have 4.5 minutes to launch a hype train if you want to. This would be the best time. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, all of those if you want to contribute to the show in other ways. And if you are contributing to the show while the hype train's going, we'll do whatever we can to
Here comes a train,
honor you.
a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line.
Coffee is
Mummies
still
and
hot.
daddies, the grandpas and the grannies, everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes the train, and here comes driver Ted too. Wahey! Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the train to stay. Here comes the train!
I couldn't get the hoot toot because it took so long to get this damn lighter to work. And now it works just fine. Fuck me. Thank you for the chicken charge sticker. We're about, I'm going to guesstimate, 37% of the way through level 1 of the hype train with 4 minutes to go. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to get that whole process started. Looks like we've got what we need there. Let's grab this guy. We haven't seen you in a couple of days, buddy. And by a couple of days, I don't know when I last had a reason to, but thank you. I don't know when I last had a reason to pull that out. So there we go there. Let's go back over this. So yeah, if you haven't followed it, and I don't blame you, actually I fucking envy you if you haven't followed it. I unfortunately have, because this drama shit from this guy matters to me, because I think he's a piece of human garbage with the way he behaves, and I despise these nuisance streamers, and I want to see all nuisance streamers fall on not awesome times. It's probably one of my biggest failings and flaws as a person. Not usually vindictive or anything, but these people didn't do anything to me personally, but it's just their general existence and behavior. Some reason upsets me. And so watching the whole saga with Johnny has been interesting, and he's been going up and down through legal battles and doing more and more ridiculous crap, never ever owning up to anything he's done, never ever legitimately apologizing. Everything was always fake. If he apologized, it was for show. And if he did an apology, he would immediately follow it up with a video laughing at and mocking the people he apologized to. Like, I don't give a shit about nothing. Like, so the sentence they gave him was like 6 months or something, right? Like 6 months in prison with hard labor. And it was small. It was ridiculous to the point where I'm like, that's what we get? Like, everybody was expecting. It was a big W for Johnny, because, like, he could have been like, all these people said I was going to be in there for years. And it's like, right? No. He's appealing the decision. He doesn't understand the judge went lenient on him. He would need to stay longer anyway. The DA also appealed for Somali to get a harsher sentence. Right. I was about to get to that. The DA appealed, saying he should have a harsher sentence. So I feel like the judge was kind of like, we'll give you a light this little light sentence, a slap on the wrist thing, but then we're getting you the fuck out of here. And Lab Glass with $20 towards the hype train says, here, thank you very much, Lab. Over on Rumble Rants. So we're going to say that's in level 2 on the hype train. That's easily into level 2 on the hype train. We're going to do 2 controlled burns, just so that way if the train doesn't pass into 2, we're going to do 2 anyway. Thank you so much, Lab, for your support. It means the world to me keeping this thing going. I appreciate it immensely. Breaking rocks in the hard sun. He fought the law, and the law won, says Mr. Q. Right. I don't think he was going to be doing that. I thought he was going to be picking cabbages. I don't know. Either way, he didn't want to do it, so he appealed it, I guess. The appeal... I don't know about the appeal process. Hopefully, Atozi will explain it in his video. Again, we're watching his short. It's on his channel. Like, subscribe, all that. It's not a smart move when you get, like, the lightest sentence. All right. I don't know. If it's already been appealed, what does his appeal do? These are other questions I have. $10 from Brian the Science. Pass that hype train to 3, he says. 3 burns? You threw me the 10 ski there, though. I can't. And because of what we made on YouTube yesterday, we have to just straight count that. So now we're down to 25 on the overall goal off of what YouTube's going to do. So thank you very much, Brian. I better erase that. So I have to do math on here. That's why I keep it at 5s and 0s. I have to do math on here, and as few random numbers as I have to have, the better. So there we go. We're going to just, count it as a 3. So there we go. We're at a 3, and that baby's done there. I'm going to have to do some serious controlled burns. Let's use as a background noise for this again. His name is Atozi, Atozy. He covers this and other topics. I watch a lot of topics he covers. Very informative. Let's go.
No, the prosecutor was suggesting that he was supposed to get about 3 years in Korean prison with labor. What did the judge give him? 6 months. That is way lower than what is normal in Korea. Normally you have about a 25% up or down range from what the prosecutor is recommending. That's what's apparently normal. So he got a very lucky break here, but he decided to appeal. The only problem is, from everyone I've talked to, the appeal court, it's going to take about 5 months, meaning he'll almost be done with his prison sentence by the time his new court case starts. And that's not going to last for 1 month. No, that's going to go on for months. And then, of course, he could get a harsher sentence. But I guess which also saves him, so it's not, he can't only kick himself for this. The prosecutor, last minute, decided to appeal as well. So this would have happened regardless, but it looks like no matter what, Johnny is stuck in Korea for the foreseeable future. Way beyond just the 6 months he got.
Yeah. But he's going to be there for a while. I don't know. At this point, like, he's been there so long. If he doesn't already sort of speak Korean, then what the fuck's wrong with you, man? You've been there for a couple years? No. Coming up on a couple years? I don't know. That first hoot was a doozy. Dear Lord. I'll hold up on that second one. Thank you again, Brian, for that that wonderful hype train. We're already down by $10 on our goal, and then that hype train and Lab Glass's Rumble things, when we add those up after the show later, will probably kick us even more. Can he still stream? I don't believe so. I think he's been kicked off of every platform. His antics have earned him quite the reputation, but I think he's been kind of shut down on everything. I think he could probably stream if he set up like his own website and it was like a pay view, whatever deal. Go to KhalidIshmael.com or whatever, and then bam. So he could do it that way. I don't know does anyone watch him or support him anymore? I don't think so. I don't know what he's doing as far as all of that. he could stream on D Live. Oh, wait. I'm going to guess D Live's already dead. Yeah, I don't think he can still stream. At least not on. I'm pretty sure he's banned on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure he's banned on Twitch. I would expect if he's banned anywhere on Kick, maybe Kick. Rumble, I'm pretty sure he can't go. I feel like if I'd remember if he was streaming somewhere. Otherwise, like I said, I don't know how he's getting through. Like Owen Benjamin or Alex Jones, except Rumble still lets them stream. God bless. Well, they're controversial, but they're not strictly, directly, intentionally, idiotically offensive. So I feel like probably a little difference. Little Buddy. I don't know who we're calling Little Buddy. Okay. Yeah, so he's going to be waiting a while. I can't believe he's appealing. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, but I can't believe he's appealing. I cannot believe he's appealing the decision. I'm surprised the prosecution can. That's weird. Strange. He should have to stream his hard labor, spend all day picking cabbage. Then the other prisoners trash his day's work and laugh at him. This is what I wonder, regardless of whether it's 6 months or 6 years. What is his reception and overall treatment in a South Korean prison going to be like? Like, what does the average South Korean prisoner go through? How do they survive? What is it like for them inside? And now, what would they do to someone like him? Is his notoriety large enough that they're aware? I'm sure they are. If they have access to TV in South Korea, they probably know about him. Abel Graham gifting a sub on the channel here on Rumble. Thank you so much. That going to Rusty Grammar. Thank you very, very much. I have a second controlled burn to do, so we'll have to find a video or something to get into in that. I'm gonna be fucking destroyed for the rest of the show. This is a problem. He also leaves Korea on the SO registry. That transfers to the U.S. passport. His passport is effectively dead now. That transfers to his passport, but does that transfer to the U.S.? Like, he wouldn't be on our registry, necessarily. I appreciate that. It's all good. Well, thank you so much. So maybe he is on Rumble? I don't know. He's got to be streaming somewhere then, right? Like, how else can he afford to keep going? He's been there for so long. I don't know. How else could he afford to keep paying? No idea. All right. We got a bunch of different other things to get into. So, thank you for showing up. Oh, this is that. I thought I already closed you, but I didn't. We have some recent stuff. Apparently Senate Majority Leader John Thune has just refused to comment on getting back on the Save America Act. I don't like the title or anything, but I would like to make our elections better, so this is kind of shitty. He's not in prison. He's stuck in a 3-person detainment cell with 5 other people. That sounds rough. Under the international treaty that we have, he also has to register here too. Oh. That ain't good for him. Oh. Well, that definitely changes things. Rumble has no standards. They let me on there. Yeah, I get it. I get you. I don't know why Satan Caesar's hating on Rumble. I kind of like that Rumble lets people do their own thing, and like they have some understanding of like content can't be made available just for anyone in some cases. But yeah, I like that they let a stupid show like ours that has stupid little jokes like our studio sponsors and stuff. I'm not going to hate on it. I just got a subscription gifted and like people supported money. So, how many bits have you thrown in? Anyways, yeah, so the Senate majority leader is refusing to comment on this. This kind of annoys me, but it's, again, more in the trend of we said we were going to do one thing, but look, we did another. Let's see. Let's go to this. And then, St. Caesar, I do have something shitting on people in your country, too, but I guess I don't know if we'd count the person we're shitting on. Whatever.
In years, money that is going toward paying down credit card debt, catching up on bills, padding saving accounts.
Who's doing this?
Or covering the cost of a vacation, end quote.
Who's doing this? Because I don't know what country you live in, but that ain't us, homie.
Money that is going toward paying down credit card debt, catching up on bills, padding savings accounts.
Has been going towards the inflation and stuff that we suffered from tariffs and other things.
Or covering the cost of a vacation. Mr. President, that was our goal with this bill. To take some of the pressure off. To free up money that families could use to do things like pay down debt or put away for a rainy day or
Jesus.
Take a much-needed
Why
vacation.
is this so fucking quiet?
Thanks to the working families tax cuts, Americans now have a little more breathing room in their budgets.
No.
And whether we're passing tax relief,
Speaking as one of the Americans you're talking about, no, I don't. I don't have more breathing room. Shit still costs a lot. I didn't make any money off of taxes. My taxes weren't. You know what? My no tax on tips part thing never showed up. That was a nice promise I never got. I've gotten a lot of promises. I've seen very little follow through on those promises, but on the financial ones, I've got bubkiss. I don't know about everybody else. I don't know about anybody else. Yeah, I got back less this year than last year. Americans hold more breathing room. Me after being shook down by the IRS. Speak for yourself. Right. I don't think I am so, you guys have no understanding of the people. Government can lie to us, but it's a felony for us to lie to them. Fair point. I owed more out of my income last year than previous. Yeah. The only reason why I didn't pay more this year than last year is the saddest reason. I made less money. But and things still cost the same or more in a lot of cases. So, yeah, dude, I'm going to call you full of shit from start to finish. But if you're about to tell me that helping Americans save money means we don't do the SAVE Act part of the SAVE Act, which was the part about solidifying elections, if we don't do that, how does that save us any money?
To make prescription drugs more affordable at the pharmacy counter, or legislation to address the cost of housing, Republicans will continue to work to make life more affordable for hardworking Americans.
Okay, so this is just a fucking bullshit quote. What about the part where you said you're not going to do the voting part? I thought that's what this video was for. We may have pressing stuff that's more important than election integrity. If we don't have other pressing stuff in front of us that has to get done, then we'll see about getting that done. So yeah, that's yep. I knew they were going to dodge it somehow, but I wish that had been in the video. Why did this person link a completely unrelated video? I don't get it. All right. Anyways, you know that screenshot? Kong's paddle looks good on the desk. Glad you liked it, St. Aaron. I got back almost 1,500 from overtime. Well, good for you, Angry Saxon. Good for you. I'm not. Oh, Lab Glass just gifted 5 members. Holy shit. How did it miss that? That is enormous. I can't believe it. All right, so I got to do bird number 2 now. Is that what we got to do? We got to do bird number 2. I'm going to be completely destroyed on this. All right, so there was a Far Side joke a long time ago about boats driving through a blockade just to see if they'll make it. Well, 4 cruise ships did that to the Strait of Hormuz over the weekend. We didn't get a chance to report on this yesterday. Nope. Pause the video. It's a very short video. So we've got like an aerial view, kind of like an air traffic controller view. And I believe, let's flip over for this. I hate both parties. They both suck so bad. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. I'll say this, without shitting on anyone, because everyone has their own opinions. I don't feel represented by either party. I don't feel like either party is interested in Americans, but like the average American. That's just where I'll leave that. Thank you again, Lab Glass, for the 5. It's because he's really stupid, duh. Oh, God. All righty. So I'm going to lose myself here before we do. Let's say this. I believe the Celestial Journey is the one we want to watch. Obviously, this is an aerial view of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the blockade and the mines and everything else should make this a bad idea. But yes, it's a cruise ship. This is not a war vessel. I went on Carnival cruises and I went through a war zone. I don't feel I don't feel represented in general. Yeah, I get you, Rusty Kramer. I'm there too. But yes, this boat is going to plow through here like crazy. I can't believe they didn't get sunk, but they didn't. And because they didn't go down, 2 more cruise ships ran the damn thing. So here we go, moving around the strait. There we go. There they are. Those 2 are making a run for it. Oh, wait, one of them stopped. Oh, that's just where it ended. But anyhow, those 2 behind it, the Main Chief 4 and 5, those 2 beelined as soon as this asshole got through. So a whole line of cruise ships just fucking navigated the Strait of Hormuz, pumped the gas, and called it a day. Oh. Hi, Jesse. How you doing? The police in the UK today arrested somebody for dressing as a weed plant. There is a video. I don't really care. We'll worry about it if we need stuff later. So yeah, my township gives $20,000 each council member for their projects. I can't even trust them. I wouldn't. Anyone that gets a blank check to just do what they want to do, that's a dangerous thing. That is a dangerous thing. Is it too much to ask for a party that won't tax the low and middle class into oblivion, will help the sick, won't bring in uncountable numbers? Yeah, it is too much to ask at this point. It is way too much to ask. And it's been twisted, so on both sides, you've got people deeply committed to it, even if it's against their own self-interest, because they believe it's the thing for their group. Anyways, it's called Uniparty for a reason. If you think the criminals are going to prosecute the criminals, I got a bridge to Celia and a beachside property. I think he means a bridge to Celia and a beachside property in Ohio. That would be interesting. Beachside in Ohio. That's hard to get. St. Caesar, he got smoked. Oh. That strait is easier to get in than lab. Oh, freak, that's mean. That's so mean, man. Why we gotta go there? This was a beautiful thing that they managed to do, and I just want to know how many people were shitting their pants on this journey. Like, because you know that at some point you could have friends that don't want you just rolling on through here. How do you not, as boat number 1 and a passenger for that, how are you not deeply concerned? I want to know if anybody on this motherfucking boat asked for their money back. I want to know if anybody went, you know what? This really wasn't the journey I asked for. My taxes are going to paint a perfectly fine bridge in the park into a rainbow. Okay. Is that what you wanted? If so, congratulations. Here we go. Let's no, we already did this. What the fuck am I saying? We already did that clip. But yeah, I want to know who didn't get done with their trip and just go, I want a refund. Like every single one of those people should have demanded they get their motherfucking money back. Oh, speaking of money, we have a fun little story for you. No, stop it. Stop it. Ah. I will play at my time. Oh, God, that's only 19 seconds. That'll be interesting. So, yeah, we have a fun little story more about money. Taxes going to perfect. Nah, fuck that noise, Johnny. Oh, yeah, then I'm sorry. That your taxes are going to that bridge. I apologize. I don't know why I'm apologizing. It's not like I have anything to do with it. But, yeah, I'm sorry for you, homie. I can understand taxes supporting things you don't want. Here's what I want to know. We keep paying more and more in taxes. And when the state has too much money, we don't get it back. That's my problem. My problem is when we're taxed into oblivion, it doesn't come back to us. Like if they taxed us more than they needed, if we have a huge surplus, give it back to the motherfucking people that paid the taxes. I probably wouldn't get much then at that point. I imagine it's not a lot of my tax money. I don't pay a lot in taxes, so. Probably wouldn't affect me much, but it'd still make me feel better, you know? It'd affect other people, which might make things better for them. Anyways, yeah. You know what it'd do? It would give people that breathing room that asshole was talking about a minute ago, which I still don't believe we actually have. So, there we go. This one is funny. I, like many people, heard that that NPR can't survive without government funding, and now that the government funding is done, we have a interesting little report. They should be going under, right? Government funding over? Nope. And if you're curious as to why, well, here we go.
And NPR says that it has received two of the largest gifts in the public media network's history, totaling $113 million. The donation comes after Congress eliminated all federal funding for public media. NPR says the money will help ensure the long-term viability of public radio stations.
All right. Let's not just randomly play another story. Thank you very much. Bird number 2. Holy Jesus, I got one more of those to do. They give it to the special force, not us. Yeah, I know. I was talking about that earlier. I'm down with getting rid of all social programs. Let the taxpayers help those who need help. The government shouldn't do it for us. That would be a little rough. As a person on disability, I can't say I fully support getting rid of all social programs. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the welfare that we pay people isn't as big as the corporate stuff and all that stuff, but they're not going to do anything about that either. So, but yeah. So. Our government is worse than the average streetwalker. I mean, that's an opinion. That's certainly an opinion. Don't know if I want to read it out loud. My taxes are going. Yeah, we covered that. Boom, 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 boom. Can I say "told you so" on what? One of my bartender friends is running. Oh, well, good for that. Imagine how awesome that would be. We would have freedom to use our own earnings. Yeah, I don't know how. Like, the thing is like, I don't think the government will give up the money. Like, say we end the programs. I don't think the government's going to stop charging the stuff. Right? Like, they're going to just move that money to other places. They're not going to. They still need to pull it in for, all the wars they wage. And say we square that circle. Okay, fine. We're not charging you for those things, but they still don't keep the books on what they charge over here. So I don't know. It'd be an interesting experiment. Yay, more tax money going to waste because the radio is definitely not dead. Well, there's no tax money going to waste. It was people donating, including a large donation from like Microsoft CEO's ex-wife or something. So they got a large donation. So people that want to keep it going. Here's why I'm okay with it, because it wasn't like it was independent as a news media source. It was very obviously, blatantly left-leaning, which is fine. But if you're going to be left-leaning, that's weird to be like, oh, we're national public radio funded by the government to be available. It's like, no, you should at the very least be pro-government then. I feel like if NPR was an organization that just sucked the government's dick, regardless of who was in charge, they'd probably still be here in terms of funding from the government. But since they didn't, they only liked one group, not another, then another group got sick of them. Good morning from the Philippines, says Alan. And the other thing is, too, is people are forgetting that now people have more and more access to information and media than before. NPR is deceptively communist badly. Well, either way, it's now being funded by donations in huge amounts. So they made a healthy chunk. If that can't keep them afloat for a little while, I got to wonder what they're doing. Wild Saffron, you should know better than read my comments, Johnny. Yes, I should. Yes, I should. Well, the problem is, Wild Saffron, is this incredibly charitable audience now has me up against the wall to do yet another what makes you an expert on anything political. I'm not an expert. I'm reading stuff and reacting to the stuff I'm telling you based on whatever. I never did it. When did I say I was an expert? What makes you an expert on the topic of talking about what I think will happen if we end social service programs, or how I see the spending, or questioning why they never do. Again, when did I say I was an expert? I don't understand what you're going at. Doesn't make any sense. I never said I was an expert. I didn't go, oh, and here's my expert opinion. I don't give you advice. I'm not here as some sort of I know it all. I'm reading it and telling you what I understand. So, Alan, don't be mean. That's just mean. Don't be mean. I don't know, Big J. We didn't have the piss taxed out of us. You would probably have more freely donated. That's true. I'm saying, you're lecturing on spending when you can't balance your own financial needs. No, I'm reading people's chats, and we're talking about how, God, this is always hard to do after they do the funny thing. I'm reading people's chats, and they were talking about, I would take this out of that, and I was taking it, and so we were just talking about it. Then I was playing the clips of, oh, Jesus, it's so hard to do this after the burn. I was playing the clips about NPR still receiving funding, even though the government cut their funding. And I said, see, they're going to keep going with this. And I was talking, I don't know, Brian. I'm trying to be nice and welcoming to the show, but I guess they don't get that, like, I'm allowed to have an opinion just like they are. And that's fine. I'm a rat because I'm challenging his opinion on the topic. He knows zero about, like, he is somehow is more knowledgeable. I'm not talking like I'm more knowledgeable. I'm reciting things I've seen in terms of the government balancing their budget. And then the comment about taking away social services or cutting social service spending was a comment from the chat, and I was reacting to how I thought that would work, and I was reading comments from the chat, and the rest of it was telling you facts about who donated to NPR. When did I say I was again, you keep ignoring my question. When did I tell you I was an expert on something? And when did I say I was doing anything other than reading the news, reading your reactions to it, going with your free-based ideas and going on, like the way I'm reacting with you? When did I say I was an expert and I'm allowed my opinion? Right, but you keep telling me that I'm going on like I'm an expert. I never said I was an expert. I was reading who donated to NPR and playing off of role-playing scenarios of alternate versions of spending with the chat. When did I say I was an expert on anything? Calling me names because you can't explain it. I'm not calling you names.
Move your GSA contract.
All right, please don't
get
do this.
expert help
Don't
with
tell me I'm
GSA's
calling you
FAS
names.
catalog
That's mean.
platform, AKA the
Let's stop this. Skip ad.
NPR says that it has received two of the
Again,
largest gifts in the
I played a news story about NPR receiving large gifts. I said that they received funding. I said that they were left-leaning, and I didn't think the government should fund a political-leaning national radio program. That's all I was saying. I didn't say I was an expert in anything. No, I'm calling you names, Starter. Oh, Brian is. You're an expert in hearts. No, it isn't. Johnny's allowed an opinion too. Right, like I can't, like you thought you were going to get something other than my opinion on the show, but again, it's this weird expert thing. I don't know, when did I qualify anything as me being an expert? Oh, Wild says, read my comment to the troll. What? When did we consent to that propaganda funding? Yeah, we did not consent to that propaganda funding. Okay. Oh, somebody booted him. All right. I don't really care. Like, it's just a weird straw man. You're not an expert. Did somebody say this was an expert take? Did somebody tell you I was an expert on reading? Well, I mean, I'm not an expert on reading the news. Watch me lose track even right now, but like, when did you expert? All right. Get a microphone to opine. There's nothing more permanent than a temporary government, aka social services. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of want to say I agree with you, but I'm also someone who uses social services, so it kind of sucks. Oh. I'm gonna admit, like, that's gonna bother me for a while. I'm gonna do this because it's just like, where the hell did expert part come from? I don't like when people say I'm doing, like, oh, don't do this. I never said that. You're like, you're telling me your opinion, so that means you're obviously A, B, or C. No, it just means I'm telling you my opinion. Wild Saffron, I am the expert. You have glasses, Johnny. You're an expert. I guess that's why. I was trying to have fun with him, but he didn't want to, like, just kept being mean. All right. I'll say this. If he was going to, like, fucking shit on me and contribute, then it makes it way harder to kick him. So at least there's that. But, yeah, I don't know. How long have we been... Now I'm actually pissed now that I think about it. So congratulations, buddy. You got me pissed. Woo. How fucking long have we been doing this show where it's just my opinion, your guys' opinion? Two of the chats are on the screen, so I don't have to read it. They're automatically part of the show. Like, that's the thing. It's always been who fucking cares. We're fucking talking out our asses day. It's just I do it on current events topics. Asshole. We had a good vibe going. And then that cockmuncher had to show up. Oh, well. I like social services, but only good when it given to those who deserve it. Well, the thing is social services are racked into so many other things that you're not going to... Again, you're not going to excise one piece. You have to take out whole systems. They're like tumors. You see one. There's many more. I don't know. We'll see. I don't. Again, like the part I just again. Why? What? I'll shit in Johnny. Shit in Johnny. I'll shit in Johnny. I'll be there in 2 hours, Johnny. Had tacos last night. Sorry, buddy. What? I don't remember you saying you're an expert, Johnny. Yeah, I didn't either. That's why I got weird about that. And they banned him before he could answer, I guess, because he didn't answer the first couple times. I asked, like, when did I tell you I was an expert at anything? I'm reading the news story. Literally played a news clip, read the news story, talked with the chat and my own opinions. When did you get expert? I'm in a fucking hoodie, you tard. Oh. The only thing I'm an expert in the case of social services, is being on them. Because I'm on disability. Expertise of disability in dealing with local county assistances and services. As for the financial stuff, I'm reading the same stuff everybody else is reading, so. And I guess after that, I'm not allowed an opinion. His logic, not mine. For me, his idea to have an opinion on broadcasting without being a podcaster, he's got no right to post. Oh, yeah. What makes you an expert on being a podcaster? Oh, but let's not. I'm certainly not an expert on being a podcaster. Let's be honest. This is a tiny show for a few people. This isn't like some giant show. I don't want to be some giant show, and that's the thing. Like, if I were some giant show, I'd have to have a huge audience and keep going and making hundreds a day to keep life afloat. And it's like, yeah, no, that's not what we're doing here. But whatevs. Anyways, Johnny, don't worry about shit people. Just be happy.
Rumble rant, read.
Holy balls. Somebody just screamed something at me and something. Rumble rant, read. Rumble rant. Where's the Rumble rant? Oh, Lab Glass, $5. Thank you. Johnny, I need your expert opinion on a good jogging shoe. Thank you for the 100 bits. I was going. I just had this to do. RP, I don't understand why you don't want the show to get bigger. One, because I just talk out my ass. I don't like dealing with trolls. Two, if it financially gets bigger than it is right now, I'm in this weird place where it ends. So if it were to get bigger, it would have to take a big jump and then maintain from there. And then we're talking a different beast. But that ain't going to happen. It could grow incrementally in little bits, but if it grows a little bit more than now,
GSA contract to
I go
get
backwards
expert help
financially
with
in a large way.
GSA's FAS catalog platform, aka the
NPR says that it has received
Stop
two of the largest
auto-playing.
gifts.
Fucking A, I'm closing this article. Stop auto-playing it. We already played your stupid clip. Just don't piss in my taco. Oh. I don't know. You get mad at us too often. I really don't mean anything I say. I'm not mad at anybody. I was saying don't be mean. Who was mad? I was mad at that other person for saying that or for just being like, you're not an expert. Like, yeah, no shit. So, but I'm over it. Like, I got enough actual shit to hold anger about that I just kind of like, that's why it bounces. So I meh, and then it's gone. Now I'm good. And we let it go. All right. So a couple of weeks ago, not a couple of weeks ago. A week ago, Digger and I were talking about the Artemis 2 thing, and I literally said, like, why can't they just use a fucking iPhone? Just hold out an iPhone. Matthew Kowal broke my shovel. I am going home. Well, you have a good day, buddy. I hope you have a good day, buddy. So, anyways. So, a couple of days ago when we were covering the Artemis 2 story, somebody was talking about the video. I think it was either me or Digger. And I said, why can't they just have an iPhone on a fucking stick? You know, like a selfie stick, and just mount that to the outside of the spacecraft. Or, I don't know, somebody goes outside for a minute and holds it out the door. Like, I was being ridiculous, but still, like, why? Well, it turns out one of them brought their fucking iPhones to space and filmed the Earth set when the Earth disappears behind the moon with their iPhone through the window. So we just had to wait for them to come home and I guess the video to be declassified. So, I don't know. Or because it's taken so long to get to this point, or, as is always a possibility, this video is entirely fake. But let's find out. This is supposedly taken by Reed Wiseman on an iPhone. All right, there we go. Oh, and just for fuck, I don't remember. This is why I don't. Who was it before? Fernum. I'm not an expert in this either. I'm not an expert in this either, but I am watching a video. I also wasn't an expert in Korean law, but I was watching an update on the Johnny Somali thing. So this is, again, not an expert opinion, just a video. Not an expert opinion. Johnny, it's AI, it's fake. I don't know. Is this really AI? Is that true? Why is it so... All right, thank you.
Would you look at that, man?
Wow, what's the shadow behind it?
Wow.
So this is AI? Dude.
No way.
What do you mean, no way? This is the... Do you not understand how perspective works? When you're this close to the moon. Also, hold on a minute.
Wow.
Why isn't the moon rotating? So this is totally fake. Why the moon's completely still?
Dude.
Damn it. Fake and gay. Yep. Anyways, but thank you for the support we proved to you. Appreciate that. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Throw us the old thumbs up. I'm not an expert on making words, but I am here. Like the... Oh, wow. Those aren't equal. Come on now. I can't believe I was so fixated on the Earth falling behind the moon that I didn't realize until we went back. Like, wait a minute. That's been the moon the whole time.
Wow.
The moon should be rotating. Like, when they orbit the Earth is actively rotating. Like, the moon should be active. Whatever. Anyways. Let's see how it identifies. It's fixed to the Earth. The moon doesn't rotate. It's tidal locked. Okay. Too many fake stars. All space footage we've seen, there was no stars. I didn't see fake stars in this. I don't see any fake stars. I just see the moon glowing.
Dude. No way.
But what I meant about the Earth rotating, they're going around it. So, like, it should seem like it's rotating from the perspective of someone on the craft because they're going around it. And it'd be incredibly slow. There were stars at the start of the video. Oh. Well, at the start of the video, it's also super blurry. That's not stars. That's dust on the window. This is just dust marks and whatever on the window and the inside. Yeah, this is dust. Those aren't stars. Or wait, maybe those are. Camera's also out of focus. That's a big deal. The aperture changing will affect a couple things, but... It's too hard to tell if those are stars. Yeah, no, those look more like light and lens flares off of the window and dust and shit on the glass. Yeah, because there's a big blob right at the bottom.
Would you look at that, man?
Wow, what's the shadow?
So yeah, they shouldn't they be, even if it's tidal locked, shouldn't their perspective of moving over the moon change the area they see? Who's the alt? Oh. Oh, they came back that fast? Oh. That was fast. Oh. That's mean. How would they know, though? Are they an expert? Oh, wow. Now we want to make up. That's just really mean. That's just really, really mean. Ooh. Not cool with that one myself, personally. Those are stars, I think, but the camera's exposing those. I mean, I'm not an expert. I just want to be clear, not an expert. But it does, from what I understand of cameras, because I've used a few of them before. And I'm saying that looks like dirt and stuff on the inside and outside of the window. Any number of things. It's whack-a-cunt on YouTube. It always is whack-a-cunt in streaming. It's what the game is. I can see the moon almost as close from Earth with it. Well, that's because balls deep. They're an expert in being a, I guess, do nothing asshole. I don't know. I don't want to criticize them. I do this for fun. Fuck it. They're gone. That's all that matters. I'm the science. Listen to me. I don't know if I'd believe you, Brian. I don't know if I'd believe the science. And the other fun thing is, too, like, they want to have fun and make fun of shit. We can do that. But this, like, they always take it too far. And they involve people that aren't involved. It's just mean. Just mean. Alrighty. Isn't that every day? Okay, let's go back to you. Right, never mind. I don't want to know. If you want to come over tonight and use my telescope for the meteor shower, you're more than welcome. I don't know. I'm not an expert on telescopes. That sounds like a cool telescope, though. So good for you. Yeah, I don't know. The jury's out. Like, okay, tidal locked explains the moon not like actively rotating, but you should still be floating around it. I don't get it.
No way.
Whoop. Again, it seems like they're hovering over one spot of the moon.
Fiend.
God. It's gone.
I don't know. How far were they from it? It's hard to say. Expert, brand expert, says Wild Saffron. Yeah, the only expert we have. Dude, we have a fucking sponsor named King Kong Dong's Ping Pong Paddles. What were you hoping for? If you came here expecting some sort of expert opinion, somebody lied to you, son. Stop being angry because somebody else lied to you and you believed it. It happens. Stop being angry. They witnessed a total lunar eclipse, says Strippers Got Me Banned. I don't know. When you see the zoom out, you can understand a little bit more of the like how far they are from the moon. Maybe it doesn't spin, and they're just moving so slowly it just doesn't affect it. But I don't know. They witnessed a total lunar eclipse. Well, yeah, because eventually at a certain point they had to go behind the dark side of the moon. So they had to go to the dark side of the moon. Chevy JB, what have you got me curious? What are you an expert in? Honestly, not really an expert in anything. I guess setting up audio equipment. I'm pretty good at that. I used to be a pretty good DJ, and not really an expert in anything. Done a bunch of shit. Used to be a pretty good cook. I mean, if I don't have the MS, I'd say probably chef would be the best expert thing I could give you. But that's it. Pink Floyd plays automatically after you go far enough. What, Behind the Dark Side of the Moon? Again, we just have fun with this stuff. Just fucking fun around. I don't understand people. But don't they have to play it backwards? Or is that just with the Wizard of Oz? Probably with the Wizard of Oz. Son of a bitch. Or am I thinking of The Wall? Yeah. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Anyways, let's close that out. So we had that. We didn't get to it yesterday. That was one of our fun things. So they brought their iPhone to space. They took that video. Why couldn't NASA have shown us any of that stuff before now? I feel like that would have been a great thing, you know? Mr. Q is an expert farmer. I am a chemist. King Kong Dong is an expert racist. And Johnny is an expert wheelchair enthusiast. So yeah, we have a few experts. Balls deep. God damn it, Johnny, you aren't an astronaut. Rawr. See, this seems mean, though, because they're such a cunt, we can't let them be part of the chat. It seems mean to pile on. Also, let's check the PayPal. And thank you. We approve to you for following. We very much appreciate your follow. That's great. Appreciate it. We can grow in viewership. We just can't do much in the financial world. We have to brace ourselves in little bits. If we start having large amounts at one time, higher than what we're at, we're off of one.
Fuck off.
Screwed up the river another. All right, and let's go to where are we at? We got to take that off of there. Thank you very much for the $10. Did I do the third burn? Because I had to reload it to do it. No, I didn't. So we still have that to do. I got to take 10 off of here. Now we're at 15 for Friday, so that's great. And that's going to get banked out by everything else that's already happened. So I am so grateful for all of you people and your support. Even that Spurg that was all like, you're not an expert. Like, thank you, because like this motivated everybody. So thank you. I just want you to know I'm grateful for your support as well. Because after all, if you had something better to do, I laugh to think you're not doing it then. You seem unhappy here. It was an oddly timed laugh track. The only thing I pile on is Johnny's Juicy Boot. No, it's not juicy. God bless. Yeah, thank you very, very much. And thank you for the gifted subscription over there. So I got some cowbells to ring. Holy shit. Holy crap. That's 1, 2, that's it's like 7 or 8 gifted memberships at least. So thank you very much. Let's have a little cowbell rolling for all of our new Lab Glass and everybody and all our new membership receivers. Cowbell coming in. Moo. I will say this, they picked a nice time to fuck with me because, God, it's hard to keep shit straight right after you do one of these runs on the dock. One of these runs on the dock will fucking lay you the hell out. It is hard to keep shit straight. Wild Saffron, I'm not an expert in exotic meats. This is that exotic meat thing isn't real. That was a bit you guys started, and I took meat to a golf course. It's not real. There's no exotic meats, despite what Digger might allude to. There are no exotic meats. All right, go away on baiting, says Rusty Grammar. Well, I'm doing a show, so I'm sorry. Okay, we've got a amazing moment. I'm gonna do this. I don't want to do this while we watch the video. I'm gonna roll this last doctor run, and then we're gonna go to this. I have a couple of sports stories for you today. Again, I'm not an expert in sports. I've only played sports in high school. I was JV, and that, you know, hockey. That's I'm not an expert, but I've played sports before, and we have a video we can watch of an outfielder at a which game is this? I dare to wonder. Shit, I can't see their uniforms well enough. An outfielder tossing a ball to a young fan. And it's just a good, wholesome moment. We had this lined up in the show. I've got another baseball story after this. So we'll get to this and then that. Johnny is an expert in futons. He has a patent for... No, I don't. Abel Graham, that is, again, a complete rumor that you guys have made up. No, I'm not. I'm not an expert in anything. Do I cry harder or jerk off to pirate? Oh. Johnny, how could you be an expert in sports? Not an expert. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I've played sports. I'm not an expert. I didn't say I was. I didn't say I was an expert. Just nope, not an expert. Last run on the dock again. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Jesus Christ. We're already off to a bad start. Here we go. All right, let's put that away. This will be hard to survive. Thankfully, we're going to go to a nice little light Friday. But again, not an expert in sports, but this was amazing. Not an expert opinion, but this at this game, this outfielder throwing the ball to a fan, kind of a good moment.
Jake Mangum jersey on and
just tossing the ball to a fan.
Look at that. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's why you bring your glove too. Oh,
I think that was a Twins game.
That's heartwarming.
No, I'm misreading that.
Has he?
But how nice. The little kid catches the ball, gives it to her sister, gives her a little hug. That's nice. I mean, I'm not an expert, but that seems like a good, wholesome moment. That seems like a fun thing to have in the world of baseball. That's good for you. I caught a fly. Excuse me. I caught a fly when I was a kid. Was amazing. Well, this is less of a catch, obviously, as a fly ball because he's just tossing it. But yeah, dude, it's got to be nice. Catch the ball, give it to your sister. Here, let's full screen it up again. Like we said, he's looking for somebody, pitches right up to him. Yeah, no, that's not. They just had, it was the red on the back where I thought, was that the Twins? No, it's not.
Oh, I love it.
It just says USA, and that says Texas. I'm guessing this is the Texas Rangers. But there you go. Just like he caught the ball,
that's right.
Gives it to his sister, hugs her. That's just a nice moment. Why didn't the sister have a glove? I mean, he's out there catching balls. Why isn't she? Just have a glove. Just catch it. Well, either way. He gave her the game ball. That's just fucking cool. How much you want to bet they sat down and he asked for it back? No, I was just letting you hold it. I didn't want you to have it. I was letting you hold it. Give it back. That kid is an expert at brothering, says Rexstar. Yeah, that kid does seem like an expert at being a big bro. Pittsburgh Pirates. Ooh, the Pirates. Okay. He gave it to his little sister. Yeah, it was a good heartwarming moment. We have another basketball clip, but yeah, that was a nice little heartwarming thing. Well, not even a clip, just more of a story. But yeah, it was good. It was nice. Just a little breather. We want to have a little levity before we get into our next story. Our next story is also levity, because we have to show you something that happened a while ago. And by a while ago, I mean April 9th. And a lot of people may be like, Johnny, that was 2 months ago. Why do we care? Or almost 2 months ago. It was almost 2 months ago. But almost 2 months ago, this happened. Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Matt hugged it out with new New York Mayor Mondani on April 9th. All right, they did a little photo op. All right. Oh, how nice. How nice. Funny thing, since that moment, the Mets haven't won a game. Since hugging Mamdani, the Mets haven't won a game. And that's not my expert opinion. That's literally just facts. They have not won any of their last 10 games. I believe they've been on a 10-game losing streak since April 9th. Again, I'm not giving an expert opinion. Just the facts. Now people are suggesting ways to break the curse. Reach out to Donald Trump and have him hug Mr. Met. Hug him. It's the only way to reverse the Mambino curse. They're calling it the Mambino curse. Ew. Oh dear Lord! Even the New York Post put it on the title of their dude. They love Mamdani over there, don't they? I thought that was a more liberal leaning outlet. But literally, curse of the Mambino. Amazons have lost 10 in a row since Mr. Met hugged Zoran. Toronto Dump is just a figurehead. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm not giving you an expert opinion. I'm saying that's what they're suggesting. That's what the responses to, again, things like this story post were suggesting. Ways to overturn the curse. I don't think it'll work. I don't know that that'll really have an effect. It'll be funny, though, if the team believes it. They'll find a way to do it. They'll find a way. I don't know who the Trotton Spurs of soccer Trotton are. On the verge of regulation from the... Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, St. Caesar. Abel Graham, you've got to come back to the future with me. We need to save Johnny. I don't know what we're talking about. Is my calendar wrong? What calendar? I don't know what calendar. I thought you were going to say that Mr. Metz went on a killing spree. No. April 9th, which was... Because this is March 21st, so... April 9th is about a month and... What? A month and 11 days? Shit. Roughly. I don't know. Close to 2 months. We're close to 2 months. It's almost next month. No, that's 2 weeks away. Fuck it. Month and a half. Call it a month and a half and settle it. But either way, 10 games in the last month and a half. They lost them all. Spurs lose a lot, Johnny. Well, the thing is the Mets weren't supposed to be losing. They had a lot of people projecting them to win a lot of stuff. Now they've been making fun of them. AI is mean. Do we want to see someone ripping on the Mets for losing with AI? Oh, no. This just... Oh.
Introducing the Loser Mets playset, the only stadium where heartbreak is guaranteed. Crank the Lose-O-Matic scoreboard, open the bullpen door, and watch the lead disappear. Trigger meltdown mode, press the heartbreak button, and make Mopey the mascot sigh. He sounds just like the real thing.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, man. 11 days ago. No, April 9th. Is this? Oh, fuck. This is April. Fuck me. I'm thinking backwards, and I'm thinking of March 9th being April 9th, and this being, yep. This is what being high is. Yep. I can't believe I completely spaced that out. I knew the dates, but everything was numbers. And I mistook April and just went, oh, we went back. He sounds like just like the real thing. It was nice. Alan, that's what I said 2 weeks ago. And you were right, and I was wrong. Again, not an expert, just somebody who did a very huge rip off of the doctor. To salute all the amazing support we've had. Thank you all so very, very much. Alan saying, are you high? It's April 21st, still the same month. Yes. On both counts, Alan, you're right. It's April 21st, still the same month. So I was off by a month. It was just 11 days. And yes, I am high because that thing's a show prop and I haven't used it in a while. And now I'm ridiculously unqualified to be an expert in anything. So just fair warning going forward, not an expert. Not Lab Glass. Johnny is not a calendar expert. Right, I'm not a calendar expert. Mets should make that and sell it. What, the Mopey thing? I don't know if that'll work. If they go on enough of a losing streak, they might need to generate revenue. But so far, I don't know. That is a fun little prank, though. Thank you, AI, for that. And Mom Donnie for apparently destroying the Mets. So there you go. All right. We are both high or what? I hear you, brother. You're starting to have some issues with tech, with your typing, so that's a weird way to put it. Anyhow, we have another 2 hours in the program for you, so we've got our second hour stories to grab. More stuff to get into, including the thing that that our gal, our Lady of Canada sent us. Digger has this in there, so let's grab that. And oh yeah, no, that's one that I set for this. The reason we named the show what we did today, so let's get that. And then we have the thing on Britain, and then we've got our segment on robots getting out of control. We got mounted police officers. We got a whole lot of fun stuff. Let's edit undo. What did I just do? Okay. Now I'm losing my mind with the prep sheet because I hit the wrong button. Alrighty, there we go. And then we've got some other stuff making fun of people in Michigan. Someone running for governor. Have you seen the Toyota basketball robot? I have not seen the basketball robot, and it's not 420. It was 420 a while ago. Depending on where you are, we're 2 hours away from that. We're well 2 hours away from it. All right, so let's get to this while I try to put myself back together. We like childish jokes here. Apparently, several Air Force cadets in Finland are now in trouble. A training exercise involving Finnish Air Force cadet pilots has raised eyebrows after aircraft flight patterns visible on flight radar tracking services appeared to form the shapes of crude figures in the sky. The issue was reported last week that the incident took place on Monday, April 13th. Students from the Air Force Reserve Officer Pilot course were carrying out training flights. Flight data shows aircrafts taking off from Tikakioski in Yavaliskila around 7:30. The subsequent radar images indicate that at least 4 of the flights went on routes that resembled the shape of a penis. So I'm guessing you guys want to see the images. Let's. I mean, you're flying an aircraft. How could you possibly? Oh dear Lord. That's not good. They made a dick, didn't they? They did. They did. This has been done before. It has, but apparently it's a bigger deal when you're a member of the Finnish Reserve Pilot Corps. They apparently find it less entertaining. The Air Force confirmed that at the time the pilots were involved, students were on the Reserve Officer course, adding that the cadets would be subject to disciplinary consequences. Yeah, Brian said penis like 5 minutes ago. I know it wasn't a big oh my god reveal, but they drew a dick. They that not just one. They drew. I'll count them for you. I'm not putting them back up on the screen again. They drew 3 distinct dicks. And then we've got one person with just several balls. But at least 3. There's enough argument that could be made for a possible 4th, maybe 5th if you're getting weird with it. But I'm sure it was a clerical error. That's a solid hard flight pattern. I mean, one of these guys, I wish I could bring it up back on the screen. I don't know how safe it is to show again. One of these guys did legit put some serious turning and burning in to get that out. A couple of them went rather crudely, but one of them is seriously putting in some angles to make this work. I said it out during the last show. It wasn't a guess. It was a premonition. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. So it's like the Jonah Hill character in the movie Superbad. He likes to draw dicks. Yeah, except he's a pilot. That's the only problem. He's a pilot. Oh. Anyways. So, let's close this out. Boom. Now we're on to the one I promised about Britain for St. Caesar. So don't get too excited, St. Caesar. I've got the story I told you about. I said during the last story it wasn't a guess, it was a premonition. Oh, last story. Yeah. Okay, cats meowing and now dicks. What do you mean cats meowing? Made it veiny. That's an artist. Sir, it's not that you used your flight path to draw a penis. It says it's remarkably anatomically correct, and we're just wondering how the fuck you pulled that off. Has to be like a preloaded course. Pilots did the cat's meow. Oh, the cat's meowing, but that was a whole different thing. Anyways. And yeah, you should know better than to mention that now. And maybe like, oh yeah, the thing from yesterday. Now we've done everything we've done today. Let's go on and think about the from yesterday. But either way, it was impressive all the same. Flying around like that. Let the curly ducks fly. Now I don't know what we're talking about. Abel Graham, are you referencing Lab Glass's misspelling of ducks? Let the boys have some fun. Did they hurt anybody? That is my other question. I mean, it's a little embarrassing, but did they really hurt anybody flying a penis in the air? It's not like anybody saw it from the ground. It's only from radar tracking sites. So there's sites that track the active radar in areas, and just because on those. And that made it more news, so I don't know. The moon doesn't rotate. The moon's a guardhouse hollow. It wasn't that I was saying the moon doesn't rotate. It just seemed weird that the moon was completely still in the photo and the Earth was disappearing. And I thought when you're flying around the moon, shouldn't your perspective of the moon be changing? But then at the end, when I saw just quite how far away they were, maybe I'd be wrong. Again, I'm not an expert. I was just commenting on the video I saw. Not an expert. Apologize if somebody thought otherwise. The radar nerds are mad. The radar nerds are mad and the government's mad because the Army's the one going like, we're gonna reprimand you guys. I bet a couple people watching the screens, if they figured it out or pieced it together, had themselves a nice little giggle, but I don't think them being mad. What is it? It's 2:30? Yeah, we've got this. So for this story, this one I was talking to St. Caesar about. NASA, we'll catch up with the chat first, though. The moon does rotate, says 20. Well, it's tidal locked, so I thought it doesn't. You know what? Fine. Tell me the moon rotates. I'll Google it later. NASA says we can't get past the Van Allen to this day, but April's Fools, we were going to the moon. Yeah, okay. See, that's the arguments we keep having back and forth, for and against. I'm never satisfied now. Now it's always like, well, this could be fake. And that was my problem with the NASA stuff. They weren't sharing enough stuff. Too much of it was even said, like, visualization, like, right, but it shouldn't be, though. So the radar's Reddit is going to be pissed. Uh-oh. Because of the dick shapes? Reddit? You're telling me that that's too much for Reddit? A couple of half-drawn, cockeyed dicks and one remarkably symmetrical one. Like, it's just, I don't think so. It didn't help them to do it on April 1st. Right. They did themselves zero favors with that. They did themselves zero favors with that. So, I was watching our buddy Scruffy D the other day and having ourselves a good time with him and Jimmy playing card games and stuff. I didn't join in. I was just had other things going on. I'm curious if he'd be around to think what he thought of this. Once every 27 days, it rotates in synchronous rotation with the Earth. That's why we see the same side all the time. Okay. RP, what's Van Halen got to do with it? No, not Van Halen, the Van Allen belt. It's a description of a, I believe, a belt of radiation, right? Like a field of radiation. I don't know. St. Aaron, communication to Artemis, but my cell service goes down. Well, that was the other thing, too. Like, we're doing live interviews, but it clearly looks like footage jumps in time. And I'm like, all right, this is live, but that was definitely a skip. That's the scene in the heist when the security guards realize this isn't real anymore, when they see the figure jump and they go, wait a minute, time just pulled a whiffy. What's going on here? 28.7 days for a moon cycle, says Mr. Q. See, there we go. I don't need to be an expert. Everybody will just pull it up on their Googles and they'll tell me I'm already tired. The moon is more, what? I lost you. Where'd you go? The moon is more easily explained away than it shouldn't exist. It does. Every astronomer that researches the moon. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Just going with what you're saying. Johnny, the Van Allen radiation belt is a zone of energetic charged particles, most of which originate from solar wind, that are captured and held around the planet by that planet's magnetosphere. Okay, so it's just our radiation bubble. And that's why we had to wait for them being, like, the distance to be close enough. Isn't that part of... See, this is where it gets in the weeds. And I've been back and forth the whole time between what NASA doesn't show and then what we keep discussing on the show. I'm like, I don't know, man. So the radiation is too much to go through, but we've been doing stuff for a while. We have a moon. We've seen it. I'll wait for the mockumentary to confirm fake or not, says Saint Caesar. Here's what I'll wait for. I'll wait for Moonbase. Because remember, this whole thing is supposed to be for Moonbase. And I'll believe Moonbase when Moonbase starts taking in people. Like, we're like, you want to live and work on the moon? Come to the Moonbase. But then we'll all find out it's just a giant execution program. They're putting people under. But in 69, they went through it multiple times. Then we lost the tech in 69. It's less, from what I understand, less about lost the tech and more about focused locally and less abroad because of the Apollo thing. And then computers evolved in a way that didn't factor that in, but now we have. I don't know. Again, not an expert. The Rebel moon base is active, says Saint Caesar. It's a prison planet. That's what it is. It's boot camp. No, NASA even says we lost the tech. Oh, well then, yeah, that's entirely clusterfucky. It just up and vanished like a fart in the wind. All right, fuck it. We'll Google it right now. I was going to get into the next thing, but fuck it. We'll Google it right now. This is something Digger's always very passionate about. NASA Now, obviously, I guess people say it's the AI, but it says NASA did not lose the ability to go to the moon, but rather the specific obsolete manufacturing infrastructure, tooling, and specialized workforce usage during the 1967-70s Apollo program. The technology was not lost, but deemed too antiquated to replicate. Modern missions like Artemis use updated, safer technology instead of recreating 50-year-old systems. But that sounds like you lost the technology. You said it. You didn't lose it, but I hate the "but" part. Like the technology was not lost, but deemed too antiquated. So you didn't lose it. You threw it away. That's kind of the same story. We had the tech to go to the moon, but we threw it away. I'm not more reassured by this AI. I'm less, in fact, more upset. All right, so. We lost the ladies from the movie Hidden Figures. That's why we can't go back to the moon. Oh, crap. If I had only known it relied on those two black ladies, we could have made this work. Digger saying, but always refutes the previous statement, in my humble opinion. I mean, I'll say this. It's not even refuting the previous statement. It's quantifying it as something much worse. They're saying the technology wasn't lost. But, and I get what you're saying with the but thing, but I just said but. Here's the thing. You just said you deemed it too antiquated to replicate. So you threw it away? You had it on a shelf this whole time? You got rid of it, and now we use new technology that's safer and better. Yeah, if you kept making it, it would just be newer and safe. You know when you could have made it newer and safer and better back then? Could have improved it incrementally. We did a lot of stuff to improve space exploration back then. We built the whole floating Tic-Tac station in space with the Canadarm on it and all that jazz. Like, why? We built the space shuttle. Why didn't we? I don't know. Okay. Whoops, we deleted it, but now we can't go back to the moon. Oops. Yeah, and then and all of a sudden, ta-da, now we can. Look, if all the sci-fi shows I've been watching have taught me anything, either we're using some alien tech all of a sudden, and or you guys have been at this the whole time and we never lost it. You're just dicks. Oh, I like Johnny's butt. So yeah. Sounds to me like it's trying to fix a new TV with parts from a TV from the 60s. Supposedly we updated the way the TV from the 60s works today. And here's the weird thing to me. So the systems need to be shielded, but so do the people. So if you can develop the shielding to prevent the people and the systems from being affected by the radiation, what is there to redevelop? Shouldn't that be in the types of shielding and the way it's constructed? Like, The tech needs shielding too, or it's all gone. Well, that's what I'm saying. The tech and the people. Because it doesn't make sense to me that we now I'm going to be uncomfortable tonight. This is going to be a problem. I'm going to have trouble sleeping. We've got like an hour and a half left in the show, and I'm going to be stuck on this for a while. You have to go through the belt 2 times. A primary function, in and out. So yeah. Can't imagine that being a fun time. They went to the moon but didn't land. Aliens said before, don't come back. But they went, but they didn't say we couldn't fly over. Also, the aliens told them not to come back. I'm an expert at sleeping. I do it most nights. Well, I don't know how that relates to this. Jacques Cousteau understood space is not the frontier. Well, at least not for us most of the time, but that's what we're doing now. Supposedly. I want to believe in the world where we can explore beyond our planet. The moon is another story. It's definitely there. You can't tell me it's not. It's all fabrication. Sounds to me like lead paint, says Alan. Oh, maybe that's it. Lead paint. We stopped making lead paint. Alan solved it. Getting there is one thing. What's there is another. It was moved in ancient stories, empty egg. Okay. Proved to be hollow guardhouse. Oh, he's doing the is he doing the Destiny thing? The aliens from Destiny. You know what? I'm too messed up to be able to tell at this point. We've had ourselves a couple of healthy hoots. Sequest was the Ocean Star Trek. I loved Sequest, man. That was a dope show. Sequest was cool. I don't care what anyone says. The dolphin thing was a little lame, but it was all right. I liked Sequest. Is that a problem? Does that say something about me that I don't want to say? I liked that show. Hope nobody minds. All right, so this happened in England. Here's our thing in England that I kept threatening St. Caesar with. They proved it rang like a bell for over 40 minutes. All right, I have no idea what Soviet's talking about. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, let's go to
You can't just...
Oh, Jesus. Stop current-daying us. All right, so this is a guy in England that went up to, I know a couple of people that would not appreciate seeing this. The moon, look it up. All right, yeah, that sounds like an interesting thing. Obama got the piece. All right, interesting. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, that would be. You know what? Actually, that should be something Digger goes through and does. Like, she loves that stuff. Sounds like she'd be on board with that. I'd be interested to hear it and go through it. I don't know that I want to do that deep dive right at the moment. The UK just made it a law that anyone born in 2008 can't buy smoking products. So they outlawed smoking. Silver Star, is that like the code name of the thing, Brian? Cent Star for 2 jewels. Oh, thank you for whatever the jewels are. The ancients knew about it and it brought all the... Okay. Anyways, I don't... no, I tried the stupid YouTube jewel thing again. Yeah, I got distracted by that too. All right, so that sounds interesting. Again, that sounds like I need to look up actual stuff related to it that I don't have prepped for the show right now. Did you like the Sea Men on Sequest? Says Abel Graham. No, I liked the Sea Women on Sequest. There were women on the cast, weren't there? God, now I hope so. I don't remember all of them. I could have swore there were chicks. Anyhow, it was a fun show. It was a nice premise that we're going swimming around in the world's oceans in some sort of super high-tech sub. It was kind of fun. They're trying to make a smoking-free generation, but they're just going to build a black market for vapes. A black market for vapes, weed. Meth was probably already on that black market. Screw you, Brian. God, that nuclear... That sucks. This is mean. Just completely. I was having coffee. Finally leveling out and just, damn it. All right, so this is happening in England. I don't know specifically where, but this is one of the many ancient walls. This guy comes up on this dude. You can start placing your bets in the chat. This guy's just taking apart the wall. Power Windows, there it is. There you go. Power Windows has been waiting for a while for that one, so enjoy it. All right, so this guy's just destroying a centuries-old rock wall, as you do.
What are you smashing the wall down for?
Jesus.
What are you smashing the wall up for? Why are you smashing the wall down? It's not your fucking wall. It's not your fucking wall. I've just watched you chucking bricks trying to smash the fucking wall down. I don't care, it's not your wall. There's a path up there off the main road. There's a path on over there. This is not your property, dude.
Right now, he just looks kind of like he just got here from the 80s. Yeah, this is, again, just kind of a dick move. You just started ripping a wall down? St. Aaron. What gives you that suspicion? Doesn't he look like he has a huge fro? It's not your wall either, cameraman, says St. Caesar. Well, yeah, but it's been there forever. They didn't arrest him. I don't think anybody got arrested in this, no.
Can't just go around smashing shit up because you want to go through it.
St. Caesar, they're trying to let the Scots in. Fuck off.
Shout at you. I don't care, dude. It's not your wall. I've just watched it and videoed you smashing the wall up.
Oh, now we're getting a crowd together. And why everybody has dogs? But why are they all have dogs, but they're like non-threatening dogs? Like, good for this guy. He doesn't have to be afraid because one person's got a pug, the other one's got, what is that, a terrier? Power Windows. The fucked up part is that the law's probably on the brown guy's side. The fucked up part is just destroying the wall. Seems like certain people just destroy everything. Yeah, again, he wanted to get over the wall, so he just thought, I'll just bust a hole in the wall. There's got to be a point to cross because, again, if there wasn't, they would have busted a hole in the wall. But it's the, I'm just going to do this and destroy it. I feel like he put more time and energy into making that hole than he could have to just walking down. Good on him for saying something. Oh, it's a beagle, says Mr. Q. All right, I was wrong. That is not a terrier. That's a beagle.
It's not your wall.
Then what the hell is that?
Then leave it the fuck alone then. Then leave the wall alone. It's a dry stone wall. It's been up for hundreds of years. Dry stone wall, hundreds of years. Cost thousands of pounds per metre to put it right. And you think you can come around here and smash a fucking hole in it because you want to get through? Walk down there, there's a fucking gap in the wall down there. Walk through.
I'm pretty sure, one, pretty sure he didn't know there was a gap. If he did. Two, it seems like you've kind of de-escalated on this where you were like, how dare, now just go over here. It's a weird slant from very upset to the property destruction to kind of sliding into just like begrudgingly giving him directions.
That one. Walk down that wall and you'll find one that's already fucking opened up down there. There is no need for you to be smashing the fucking property up. What are you recording me for, though? To put you on...
What are you recording me for, though? To play at his trial or his hearing, because he says, I think he's about to say he puts this on Facebook. I'm sorry, I got news for you, buddy. Your country's going to look into that. A pug, a beagle, and a terrier. All right, so there was a terrier. Well, wait a minute. What are these little guys?
Facebook.
Why are you putting me on Facebook?
Because you're smashing that hole in the wall. They're going to want to know who did that, I'm sure, at some point. Here's what I think. They might be on that guy's side if, like, an altercation took place. But considering this guy just yelled at him, they might go after him for the damages if he has any money. Meth is a hell of a drug. I just don't understand the thinking of I see a wall, but I need to be on the other side, so I'm going to make a hole in it. It's just a weird choice. So that was that's our only like live at 5 from Britain story, St. Caesar. So that's what we had for you, was somebody being very upset at the destruction of a wall, which I get because it's old as fuck and it costs a shitload to repair, according to that guy. Oh, the chat was not mean to who that guy, or not nice to who that guy was. So again, if there's people living there and other people, there's got to be a way to the other side of the wall. Like, just look for 2 seconds. I'm sure you would have found it. No more mercenaries. Who's the mercenary? You might have the wrong person. Digger, but Ching. Wait a minute. What did Wild Saffron say? But the zipper is the Van Halen belt is a difficult situation, but the zipper is a sticky situation. Oh, I like that. There we go. Sounds to me like you're trying to fix to cover that. They're trying to make it smoking free. The UK is fucked up, says Red Scoper. Do you have a license to smash the wall? Do you have a license to smash this wall? Do you have permission to knock the wall down? It's like the wall is 3 inches tall. Yeah, dude, I am going to say that. Why couldn't you hop over? What kind? No offense, but that wall was made for midgets. Unless you're Peter Dinklage, that wall is completely ineffective. And even then, he could probably get a step stool. So I'm saying, dude, the wall is not. The smashing it down, I feel like he spent more energy smashing that hole in the wall than he would have if he just fucking pulled himself up, hopped over it, hopped down the other side. Hornswoggle could climb over. I don't know. Looks a little bigger than that. Maybe he's got the gumption. That's a dry stone wall. I'm sure there were enough cracks and he could rock climb it with the little gaps he could get his hands in. But then he might damage the wall. But at least if you damaged it climbing it, then it's like, all right, fine. So yeah, he was just ripping apart the wall. Did I just close out something I was supposed to do? Yep, I did. Thinking it was the last story we did. Oops, a doodle. It's the next one we're going to cover. So yeah, we have we go from people destroying walls in England to the advancement of society in Poland. You know what they say? New technology, same old problems. We've invented AI. We've created robots. We need them to do tasks. Apparently, people can't do these tasks anymore. So we have to have the robots do it. Let me get there. You excited bastard. Poland doing it right. Wild video shows humanoid robot named Edward Warchaki chasing a pack of wild boars.
I tupnij jeszcze im nogą. Dobrze, i wystraż je jeszcze.
So wait a minute. The thing making noise was the robot? I assume there was a child nearby. That was one that was incredibly quiet. Is this? Nope, that one's all the way up. All the way up. Let's boost that again. I thought that was like some kid in the background. That's the actual robot that said that?
I tupnij jeszcze im nogą. Dobrze, i wystraż je jeszcze.
Wait a minute. The wild boars just ran by you. The robot is so. Why can't we just have people do this? That's a good robot. What's he do when he catches the wild boars? What's the robot's reward? Like, does he get a new set of batteries or like a foot upgrade, or maybe gets to plug himself into like a direct current and just enjoy the juice? Like, what's the deal? Does he get to be put in like a refrigerator so he can operate at overclock capacity and still maintain his integrity by staying cool? Is that a thing? Poland is full of savant schizo software engineers and cybersec/hacker dudes. Well, yeah, so apparently they created Robo Wrangler. I can walk that fast, says Mr. Q. But are you willing to wrangle 3 wild boars to do it? After, I don't know how much is the robot? How much does he ask on the payroll? Are you an expert in that field, I guess, Mr. Q? You might know something. I don't know. Something about the backpack makes it look lame. Like it's someone who had a superhero costume designed by their mom. And she wanted functionality to be a thing, and also a way to make a wine mom, for that matter. Wanted something to be a little easy. So his cape is also his backpack because it's where all his utilities are. And it's like, Mom, that's not a superhero, Mom. I have a backpack. All right, so like how messed up is Poland that you guys have wild boars you have to chase out of town? If he has to camp out in the wild, more power to this electric fella. Looks like my grandma doing a ruck run, says Mr. Q. Well, it's a robot. It's not perfect. Hey, dude, this is Poland dealing with problems. What do you want? Oh, it looked like he's about to flick the robots off. That would have been hilarious. Like they ran off, so he just goes, meh, and he just flies the bird. It's like, you guys in the mountain you ran off to. They use it in Armenia, too. Well, we covered a story a few weeks ago, correct me, a week ago, where they were deploying robots to the Ukraine. In my day, I was known to hold 2 wild boar under each arm, says Brett McCart. How bad does it need to get before the robot gets to go boar hunting? That's my other question. We've already got our Ukrainian spy and resupply robots. In Texas, they jump into a helicopter and hunt. I'm sorry, King Kong Dong. We've had an interesting day. You've missed a piece. You would have enjoyed the story we did earlier more than most. A bunch of pilots in the Finnish Reserve Cadet Corps used their flight patterns to draw dicks. So there you go, buddy. I tried to do that story for you, because you're the studio sponsor. The King Kong Dong's Ping Pong Paddles, where you can get a paddle irregularly shaped but perfectly sized to fit your hand with a grip that gives you a precision shot that no other paddle can deliver. Dominate your friends, your foes, your family members with the King Kong Dong Ping Pong Paddle. At ping pong stores near you. Balls sold separately. Pigs grow tusks and fur when wild fast. They are a serious problem. Okay, so I'm fine with them wrangling up the boar and dealing with the boar. But if he just chases them into the wild, does that solve the problem? Again, Poland, the answer is hunting season. Let's make bacon. I'm a horrible person. I need to stop doing that. That's mean, and I don't support it. Wrong button. I was going to go over to the next story. We are, again, going for another hour and a half. We'll be back tomorrow with Our Lady Digger, of course, and then we have our funding show next, not next week, but the week after. So be sure to know about that. Thank you. Thank God they are delicious. That's the thing I'm worried about with somebody who's not okay with eating the bacon. Like, it just tastes so fucking good. Oh. But they argue that's why it's bad for you. Okay, close that out. That's the robots. We got that. So there is our weekly segment in
The goddamn robots, John!
There you go. Who is it? Somebody gets a little uncomfortable when we bring up the robots. They're like, dude, easy with the robots. So we have a couple of other fun ones with that. All right, so we've got body cam footage. We've got a Senate candidate entering a convention in one of the most overzealous ways I've ever seen. Not an expert on how to enter a convention, but if you don't want it to be entirely about you, this is not how you sell that image. The boars are there because of food waste. So you're saying, Abel Graham, that the people are partially to blame. You know, pigs amid humans. I think pigs and humans aren't too far off. Do you see where I'm going? Well, that people are delicious? Uh-oh. Here's why I wouldn't think people are delicious. That we eat too much different shit. We're too fatty. Enough of us. You'd have to get a lean person. Now you're entering Hannibal Lecter territory. I don't know that I want to talk about it. What makes you an expert on body cams, huh? Balls deep, absolutely nothing. Nothing makes me an expert on body cams. I'm not playing the footage saying I'm an expert. I'm playing the footage saying it's fun footage. You ever watch a thing and talk about it? Like, that's kind of just what we do here. The formula's in the show. We mention it in the intro. And the audience enjoys watching me completely lose my shit and not be able to hold this thing afloat for 3.5 hours after they frickin' blast me to the moon in the first hour of the show. So there you go. I put a little something for everyone. All right, here we go. The body cam footage one we'll do first. This is technically an animal story. But don't worry, no animals are harmed. This is, you ever wondered what it looks like for the body cam footage from a mounted unit? Giggity. Do we have to call it a mounted unit, officer? Mounted unit officer. It's just really unfortunate wording, okay? It's like gracism. It's not the word you want, believe me. The NYPD mounted unit officer. Jesse, yes, I am an expert on smoking weed, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. See, nobody cares.
Stop! Please stop! Stop! Stop!
First of all, that horse is amazing to be able to run on the cement like that. Tell me if I'm wrong, Mr. Q. You're the closest thing I know to a horse expert. Secondly, how much are you S-ing your pants if you're one of these people on the sidewalk? This is a giant animal. If this horse clips you while he's running down the perp, you're done, man.
Stop running!
Oh, wait, that is the perp. Never mind. I'm sorry, buddy. You don't have the horsepower that this horse has, meaning you're less than one. You're a 0.5 horsepower engine. This is a full horsepower horse.
Stop running! Stop running!
I like that he thinks he's gonna. The only way you outrun the horse is you go mouse style. You go in a hole he can't follow you through.
I said stop running! Stop.
I mean, that's like the overhead construction's a nice divert. Certainly a try, but as you can see, the horse is still there. But the cop has to maintain the horse as well, so his attention is drawn away. He could get away. We have the horses so they can walk on concrete, rocks, hard ground, etc. We shoe the horses. Fuck, I can't read when it blends into that. I got to find a way to pop the chat more. Maybe put a light fade on the story one. But yeah, dude. Okay, so the horse that, like, I get that the shoe gives him a little bit more stable footing on concrete and stuff, but like, not, I don't know, it just seems like you wouldn't get any real traction off of those fucking metal shoes.
Stop running! Stop!
I'll say this, he is smart enough to realize he can duck in between the vehicles. The horse can't.
No. Sir, I got the horse. I got it. I got my horse. I'm putting cuffs on you. You're being detained. Okay? We're gonna figure it out.
Please tell me that when you detain somebody, you put him on the back of the horse, like over his stomach. Like, you're on the saddle, he's on the back of the horse. Or the front. I guess the front could work a little bit better, maybe. But he's just like a bag of bricks or flour or lawn seed, whatever, just a sack across the back. That goddamn horse, Johnny. Well, the horse got him, man. What do you got against the horse? This guy got him though, so nice. Yes, the guy got him. It was just fun to watch the chase on the horse. I was worried about the horse. Watching it run, I'm too worried that it's going to clip a car or a person. It's going to hurt the horse. Hits a person, it's going to hurt the person like a motherfucker. The shoes not only help them get traction, it's more to keep them from breaking their ivory on hooves. Ivory, I think it means ivory and hooves on the concrete or the rock. Well, I understand that it helps protect the hooves, but the part that the metal gives them traction seems weird to me. Maybe they just get worn up a bit. They scuff. Horses get great traction. They've got 4-hoof drive. They at least have one horsepower. If the horse goes nuts, then there's 2 problems. Fair enough, but luckily the horse didn't go nuts and he got his guy. Do they, let's go back to the text. Do they say what the guy was? Oh, he was committing a larceny, but do we say like where or who? Oh, a purse snatch? You got taken down by a mounted officer? Dun-dun-dun. On a purse snatch? There you go. Yeah, somebody posting the comment I have. If we have mounted police officers, why don't they have like lassos or like fucking net guns? Like launch a net at the guy and catch him with that. Did the horse bite him a few times? Kaya, and now does he arrest him on horseback? Most horses worth a dang are too smart to just run into stuff. Well, it's not so much about the horse running into stuff as much as it's the horse and people in that confined space. Sometimes you can't fit everything, so. But again, I suppose if you're a person who doesn't get out of the way for a big-ass horse, it's kind of on you. I mean, not an expert, but I think that's going to be a problem. Did he plead nay guilty at trial? You pushed really hard for that, King Kong Dong. I appreciate that you admitted that. That was a ridiculously hard push. That almost woke me up a bit. So yeah, we had that as our fun little. There's a little animal story for the second hour. We've got a couple different video stories. We've got about an hour and 15 left in the show. Moving through all of our stuff today. It's his rights. Who did he read him his rights? What are the question you asking me? That was all we had in the clip. I'm assuming his Miranda rights were read to him. I wanted them to bring him in like it was Red Dead Redemption. Just throw him on the back of the horse. He's just leaning over handcuffed. You just kind of put a rope on him. Then just take him in and turn in the bounty. Alrighty, but you have a right to be on horseback. I can't. That would be horrible. How would I even get up there? That horse was that criminal's nightmare. Oh, that wasn't bad. Pep Fargo. Oh, look, there is a squirrel. Oh, look, there's a squirrel, and he's watching me. I think I have that one somewhere. Do I? Can't move my arm too well right now, so. I don't know ever since I had to put everything on the new computer. I don't know where it all went. Red Dead reference is you imitating Aaron almost verbatim. Disgusting. I was making a video game reference. You don't round up criminals on horseback in a lot of games. So I apologize. It was just, that's the closest thing I had. I'm sorry. Brett McCart, why the long face, officer? Can't help it. I'm a fucking horse, is what he said. Is that what the Canadian police fight crime on, but on meese? No. The plural of moose is moose, but I don't believe they actually ride moose. Dude, like, we need Digger to answer that. Do the Canadian Mounties actually ride moose, or is that just a horrible myth that we've been taught? I don't know that the Canadian mounted police actually ride moose, but I've been told they ride moose, but that person is an avid moose advocate, so... His voice must have been hoarse after running out of breath. He shouted like a motherfucker. He was so hoarse when he finally caught him. You're not a Red Dead Redemption expert, rawr. Actually, yeah, I never played 2. Couldn't get through the intro. I talked with Digger about this. I couldn't do the intro. Couldn't do the intro to 2. It's just too long and drawn out, and I got bored. Like, I'll go play something else. If I get bored in a video game, it just means it's not for me, and that's all it is. His voice, we did that. I fucking hate Red Dead Redemption. Like I said, not a huge fan of it. I played the first one a little bit. That's it. That's it. All right, so, you know what? Do I even want to do the do we want to do the DMZ drumline entrance with the overinflated head? This is one of those things where tell me this is... People keep saying this isn't AI. And I keep saying whoever it is... Oh, good Lord. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Dear God. That was mean. God damn. So there's apparently a convention for Democrats in... God damn it, where was it? Michigan. This is in Michigan? This lady came in with this. A giant freaking drum band, a group of people following her, and a giant face in the air. Dude, I turned the audio down so much. That's damn near muted. And it's still excessive. I had to slide the audio down from the import source and my shit to make this acceptable. Again, like, this is the problem. We got to stop electing people because, oh my God, they got a whole pep team and high school rally group together. This is not... Yeah, she's not obsessed with herself. Yeah, like, to me, this whole thing screams, you shouldn't be in charge, ma'am. You should not be in charge. Also, no offense. Your dancing really, really sucks. I'm not an expert. I can't use my legs, but I've seen people dance. That doesn't look like good dancing. Abelgram, this drumline sucks. Man, I don't know. She hired him or something. Maybe she had a specific prerequisite. Look at the drumline and form your own opinions. But that's the best she could do. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's the end of the clip. Jesus, that's right. It's just a short little... So, yeah. So that giant narcissist had to ruin everyone. And by the way, the audio on that was dropped so much. She never got elected, did she? Well, I don't know if she's run before, but that was Mallory McMorrow. So I'm guessing she's running for an office. Yeah, U.S. Senate candidate. So she's a U.S. Senate candidate. And there are already people linking her to Israel. You put out this fucking video of you gets out, and it's you celebrating your big entrance into a convention, not sucking your own dick hard enough at all. Immediately, the next comment is this one. Hold on, guys. Where's our? Oh, we can't. There we go. There's our next comment on your little video. Oh. So it's just the world we live in now. It's a Michigan, like, is she running for Senate in Michigan or running for Senate in general? Regardless, it's a government politician, possible hopeful in a few years. Oh, here's where they're linked to Israel. Probably government as a whole. I don't know if would they get in on states based on that high school shitty band? She has my vote. How can she be wrong? This is Soviet. Well, she's a ginger, so we know she's soulless, so that makes her perfect for politics. Mr. Q, that is insensitive. There are plenty of people who are gingers who are lovely people. There's plenty of gingers who are lovely people. Idiocracy, it was a documentary. Unfortunately now, yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not an expert. It seems like we have the same stupid happening in both places. So, but again, not an expert. Not an expert at all. She's going to be great, guys. She just needs that every time. Immediately. Oh, here's her link to Israel. It's becoming the meme now. Now the politician's like, hey, I'm going to make this a big thing. Look at this politician making a big grand entrance. Here's where she's tied to the Jews. Usually we wait for that part. If a ginger drinks enough souls, they can both dance and get a tan. Woman feelings power. I don't know what. Is that the name of the documentary? Or the idiocracy stage we're in? I'm unaware. All right, our last story. This one might only make sense to Mr. Q, but there's a station named... there's a station named from an old show called WKRP in Cincinnati. A Cincinnati radio station has bought the rights to the call sign WKRP. Oh, it's going to give me an ad.
You know.
So it's kind of old. I don't know. Does it matter? People say radio's dead. We were talking about that earlier. Again, not an expert, but they were saying radio's dead. Does it matter? I know it does keep coming up in my car, but this Cincinnati bit here, as soon as we get to this, how much did they spend to buy this name? Because I don't think a lot of people remember the radio show or TV show or whatever where this was a thing, because I didn't know this was a thing until we found the story. But let's let DP McIntyre tell you about what this is, I believe. Boop.
Listen up. I cannot, by contract, tell you when. I cannot tell you who. But I can tell you WKRP, after 48 years, is coming to Cincinnati. Book it. It's done. My grandmother flipped the switch on WKRP Raleigh on her 88th birthday, November 30th, 2015. When I called the FCC audio division, I spoke with the lady, very nice lady. She says, yeah, tell me your call letter choices. And I gave her the first two. And she said, I have to have three. Being the jokester that I am, I said, well, if you need three, and if it's available, we'll take WKRP. And she goes, hold on a moment. And 90 seconds later, she came back and she said, Mr. McIntyre, congratulations, you're the general manager of WKRP in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay. Oh, wait, this is in North Carolina? I thought it was supposed to be in Cincinnati. The original show was in Cincinnati.
Okay, well, this is the KRP transmitter.
That's less awesome if you're in North Carolina. So you took the WKRP name, but whatever. Worked in radio for over 20 years. They just kept downsizing. Thank the Lord, WKRP is coming back. Jokester. He's a very old jokester. It was kind of funny and cute at the moment, but I thought it was an actual Cincinnati, Chicago, like, not Chicago, fuck you, goddammit. Cincinnati.
WKRP.
It's an actual Cincinnati station. Why? You guys misled me with the lead. You said, stay tuned, Cincinnati. WKRP is coming to town for real. Oh, North Carolina station director says. Yeah, but why would Cincinnati be listening to a station from North Carolina? They wouldn't keep going. Plus, that show's really old. Radio cannibalizes itself. Ohio? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ohio. I just fucking was reading a thing and got distracted. You're probably right. I don't know. I'm not an expert, Digger, and I'm extremely off tilt with the 3 doctor runs. So we've got an hour left in the program. I don't even know that I'll do a 420 burn, honestly. I don't know that I can. I'm kind of tapped out. Let's go to that. We did the mounted body cam. Okay, we've got all those. So that was... Ooh, excuse me. That was our second hour stories. So we've got a couple of third hour stories. This is the one that Digger sent us. This is out of France's some sort of tennis championship. It's a challenger match in France. I don't know if I have to keep this muted.
All right, thanks for joining us in the...
All right. You're a dick. This is supposed to be muted. Oh God, that's the story about the bees. That's one's people are gonna have trouble with that one. Was this one? Oh yeah, no, this is here. And there we go. All right, so we got all of our stuff. Stop playing, you dick. All right, there we go there. I may have to like mute this a little bit at the beginning. Pull the audio down. You can't quite hear it. So this tennis match is going on. Somebody's playing something remarkably inappropriate.
The most bizarre situation. I don't know how to put this, folks, but somebody's phone going off in the stands. And it was an adult video.
So somebody had, and I had it muted, you couldn't really hear, just oh the whole time. Somebody was just going at it during the tennis match to the point where it distracted the actual people playing. Brian, my sister Melinda, loved that show. She just turned 52. Like I said, I was excited, but I thought like they made it sound like a Cincinnati station bought the letters to do the WKRP in Cincinnati like deal, like the show, and it wasn't. It was in North Carolina. Godspeed. I need to go. Yep, you have a good time. Thank you for helping out and hanging out. We enjoy having you. The lady was having a great time, says Digger. Tennis is that boring. Look. They said it's a video, but I'm going to hit play, and I might have to hit the volume down if it starts becoming too prominent. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to get popped for playing this in some way. It's on YouTube. I should be safe, but let's find out.
I still hear it. It's still going.
The announcer, I still hear it. You can hear the smile in his voice. Let's go back. Let's go back.
I still hear it. It's still going.
He's smiling. I still hear it. It's still going. Like at this point, you got to be scoping the. Like, this is not subtle. There's not a whole lot of people here. Okay? Whoever this is, you are not hiding. That is a lot of empty chairs. You're going to stand out.
What is going on?
It can't be that good.
Now we've gotten to the point where they're calling back to you. This has to be a bit. Someone has to be trolling this man. Digger, it keeps going. Yes, and that's why we have it here. That's why we have it here. And I wouldn't be playing it, except I want these guys' reactions, and that might be worth it right there for him just being like, look, it can't be that good.
Going
It
on?
can't be that good.
It can't be that good. It's because there's a lot of grunting in tennis, says Red Scooper. Well, I don't know about tennis, but whoever's doing this is apparently working with at least one ball, possibly two. The audience is approving of him literally roasting whoever's watching porn or getting laid. I certainly hope it's the latter. I would hope you can get outside of your house and not be... That's a problem. If you have to watch porn at that point in time, what's wrong with you?
No, that's not a phone. That is... That's an apartment across the lake.
You're shitting me. An apartment across the lake? So whoever's doing this isn't even there? They're not even... Oh, Digger, poor mom trying to get her son to plug his ears. An apartment across the lake. Now we have a whole new line of questioning to ask. If you've never done it under the bleachers during the game, then sorry. There's a difference, Mr. Q, between doing it under the bleachers and between broadcasting that you're doing it under the bleachers. So if they were under the bleachers, which would be a horrifying thought because these are all folding chairs, they're being a little loud. Plot twist, it wasn't porn, it was Wimbledon 2008. I always blast my porn over the stereo, says 209. Well... You're a special bird. It's just impressive that whether it's real or porn, that we've got it going so loud and proud that it's going over the lake and into the tennis match. I remember life before ED, says Sheffy JP.
Oh my God.
40-15.
All righty. Well, there we go. Someone's doing a surround sound audio test with their new system. Well, I would hope if they could pick something better, maybe the theme to Jurassic Park or like a fun moment in a family film or some sort of public speech, maybe something dramatic. Citizen Kane. I don't know. Weird choice to go with the porn. Weird choice to go with the porn. The best part is that it got all the way to the tennis tournament. It really ruffled their balls. Ha. There we go. So we've got that all caught up. My God, I have a story just like this. What are you talking about? I don't know. Johnny the fever died. Wow, big brother. What fever? I'm glad you're feeling better. That's That's great. If you have a story just like this, I'd like to know. Does it involve porn? Or does it involve, like, people getting caught? Is it you? Maybe, you know what? Actually, I probably don't need details. Go ahead and keep them. But I appreciate that you bringing it up. That was nice of you. We have around an hour left in the show. We got a bunch of other things to talk about. We have our wind down, like, fun stuff. I think, what was it? A Wild Saffron saying she wanted some more animal stuff. We didn't get as much animal stuff yesterday, so we have more animal stuff for Wild and others that enjoy those. Did you know N-word and ginger have the same letters? King Kong Dong, I totally know N-word and ginger have the same letters. There's a very funny song that a redheaded pianist plays that I know. So, well, did he come? Fuck. Jesus Christ, there's some questions you don't ask. Oh, me. What's the one for? What's this? Oh, it's just for... I see his comment right there. Why'd you highlight it, you weirdo? Now I fucking figure out what that is. I test my Sonos setup with trap music. Yeah, that's a very different choice. Like, I don't know, as the people in the, like, recipients in the area, depending on the volume, may not appreciate it, but that's still very different and way more, without hearing it, I would think way more acceptable choice than porn. Suppose you want a range of the highs and the low notes, huh? Make sure we're hitting the highs, really gutting out the lows. All right. There was a chemical plant explosion / fire in central Illinois today. If you've got a story to it, I'll read it. That's kind of my neck of the neighborhood. I'm in the Midwest. What way's the wind blowing? That could be a problem. Let's look that up. I have a bunch of stuff. I have a story about a turtle that we could do, but that actually kind of concerns me because I'm only like 1 or 2 states over from you. Every time Nikki puts a saddle on her horse, it poops. It's kind of funny. So, like, do you think the horse does it deliberately, Mr. Q? Are you saying it's saving it just for what? Because there's no other explanation. Is it how she drops the saddle on there? She just scares the shit out of it? I don't know. Oh, dear Lord. I typed chemical plant, and the explosion's already a thing. Do we have a video? This is not a video. Okay. Let's see. Videos, if anyone's covering it. Incident at chemical plant. That's 28 minutes. 4 minutes. 28. 41. 30. These are all 30. These are hours ago. Okay. Oh, we got to wait for the ad. At least that's fair. All right, we'll go over to this. I run 2 Sonos Gen 3 subs in the living room. Those are just the subs? I thought that was like the name brand of the whole system. Is it all one system, or did you like piecemeal it? Are you one of those people that's like, no, I'll get my own receiver because that'll be higher quality, and I can decide if I want to be one of those people who uses digital video inputs or like fucking old school fucking red and black wire just fucking plugged in? I set up a lot of those back in the day, like the home theater surround sound systems, where they just had the 2 radio wires and you plugged in the positive and the negative to each one. Or were they left and right channel? Probably left and right channel, I'm guessing, for the way the speakers are working. Not positive and negative. Where in Illinois? I have a buddy down in central Illinois. This is out of, what's the name of this town? A chemical plant in Ottawa, Illinois. First of all, there's an Ottawa, Illinois? Oh, you DX is muted because of the commercial. Ottawa, Illinois.
Explosion and fire at a chemical plant. CBS Skywatch giving us a look at this scene about 80 miles southwest of Chicago. Here you see several fire trucks and crews in protective gear. We know multiple businesses in that area were evacuated. Still, it's not exactly clear what happened. We have a crew headed to the scene. We will have updates throughout the day.
That's like the only video we can find. So,
under a with a
quit
touch
being
of
a
button,
dick. That's life easier. All right. It's an ecosystem. It's an entire wireless home theater system. There's about 12 speakers all over the house. And then the main system, which is in the living room, also knows. Okay. They always wear protective gear. That's near Starved Rock, says Adam Simon 82. I didn't know that. I'm guessing a magnesium dust explosion. Wouldn't that burn like crazy? Is magnesium the one that reacts really badly to water? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Remember having to set up old consoles, NES, Sega, on the TV? That was annoying. What, are you talking with the RCA 3 cable? That was pretty easy. I remember back in the day where you had to have, like, really weird setups for TV, but... Do you have a surround sound? Can we hear it? No, I don't. I don't even have a sound bar. I have my TV speakers. That's it. Do I have a surround sound system? I'm doing this and talking about how I'm scrimping by through life. Do I have a surround sound system? I'm lucky I have a TV, buddy. Come on. I have enough show budget income to fund this whole fucking enterprise. So that's it. That's all we got. My union training center is in Ottawa. Well, you guys might not have any union training for the foreseeable future. I don't know how big this is, but apparently they'll be reporting on it more. Only 2 people injured, thankfully. But yeah, a big-ass explosion and a chemical plant. Most federales. That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked. So it's not the magnesium. Again, if it's a magnesium dust explosion, why did the magnesium dust explode? I suppose most dusts, if they're combustible, like have a way of exploding because the flour thing. Which the flour one to me was the craziest one ever. Like I saw someone, I saw a scene in a movie use that, and I went, "There's no way that's real." And I looked, and no, that's legit real. You can aerosolize fucking flour and create a frickin' explosion. Flour will. That's the craziest thing I ever learned. Like the idea that like if you're going to take down a bakery, they can take you down with them. Like, holy shit. Johnny doesn't even have elastic on his underwear, and you're expecting him to have a surround sound system? I can't even afford pants, according to this man. Yeah, I don't have a surround sound system. No surround sound. I'm fine with it. I've lived with people who've had them before. They're cool. A lot of work to set up, at least the ones back in the day, but like I don't really care anymore. Like it's not that big a deal. The sound on the TV is just fine. My internet might be crippled. Be right back. Well, that sucks. What makes you an expert on pants, huh? Nothing makes me an expert on pants. I am not an expert. As I've repeatedly said, I want to apologize to all of the people who got the opinion I was an expert. All right. Cool. You were wrong. Don't worry. This thing will wear off. Trust me, I know. I've been wrong plenty of times. All right, so we have our... Again, we have our feel-good stories for the last 45 minutes and stuff. So we have a couple of them. I might want to move them around, though. I want to talk about this one first. Apparently, 3 people have now been sentenced, and this is becoming a thing. Is it because we're so Is it because we're so desperate for money that this is becoming an issue, or what? Oh, I bet I zoomed in on this. Oh, F11 that. I was over here. Okay. So, as I was saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Motherfucker. Magnesium won't burn unless it's in little chips. Those survival fire starters are made of it, says 209. So I'm guessing then a dust cloud would be easy to ignite via, say, like cigarette lighter or something, right? Like, would that be a thing? Going to Rumble, YouTube's being lame. I'm sorry that you think Johnny can afford pants and surround sound? He lives in a cuck basement. No, I don't. I live in just a regular basement. Speaking of which, the Super Troopers 2 movie does look insanely good. I do, well, not insanely good, but it does look good. I want to see it. So we were, this is not the first case of this I've heard, and I know it's not because Digger immediately guessed it as soon as she saw the picture and heard the title when we were talking about this the other day. 3 people were sentenced this week to insurance fraud scam that saw them wearing a bear costume while damaging luxury cars in California. Althea Zuckerman, oh no, I don't want to look that up. Ruben Temrazian, oh no. And Vahi Murdakayani, that's just a weird name, all pleaded no contest to Thursday to felony fraud insurance and were sentenced to 180 days in jail, while a 4th person involved in the scheme, Aryat Cherkinian, has a preliminary hearing scheduled for September. For September? Why does he have a preliminary hearing scheduled for September? It's effing April. All right. The 4 were caught because they submitted video of 3 fake attacks on cars to 3 different companies, but one group of investors noticed the bear in a Rolls Royce moved in ways similar to a human. I want to see this video. What may have looked unbelievable turned out to be exactly that, said in a press release. Insurance fraud is a serious crime that drives up costs for consumers, and no scheme is too outrageous for us to investigate, Laura said. Well, that must be nice in California. Here in Minnesota, we don't investigate any sort of fraud. The state investigators launched Operation Bear Claw after State Farm Insurance flagged a claim reporting that a bear entered a 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost and damaged the inside of the car, and included video of the attack, the department said. It's just such a bad bear costume. Look at these motherfuckers. And then you've got these. Oh, my Lord. You would have been better off wearing the costume where it looks like you're effing a bear. You would have been way better off with that. Oh, Jesus. I'll have to get to your chats in just a second. Now let's just cover that way. What? Yeah, dude. They attempted to scam 3 different insurance companies with 3 different vehicles, claiming that this bear ripped up those cars. One of them being a Rolls-Royce Ghost. So say, hey, boo-boo, I'm going to climb in the front seat. Looking for a picnic basket. And just that's all that it was. They submitted the video that got them arrested for committing insurance fraud. The evidence they turned in to convince the insurance companies that they deserved a payout is the exact same evidence the insurance companies used to ensure they go to jail. So that's, yeah. And on the names, well, let's say we started off with some that sound very ironically usual suspects. Good luck getting action in that at FurCon, says QZ Man. Well, I don't think they were worried about the quality of the furry suit. It kind of seemed like it served one purpose. But I do get what you're saying. If you want people to believe you're a bear, you might want to sell it a little bit harder. This is a very shaggy looking bear. This, you know what you would be better off with? Make that a Yeti. Make that Bigfoot. Give it Bigfoot's head. This will work out as Bigfoot way better. Way better than a bear. And then you don't have to do like weird movements like you're a bear. You just be a person. That Bigfoot's got a gait that's a lot easier to imitate, and you can still rip shit apart. Apparently Bigfoot's got a raunchy smell, so just like take a dump on your way out. I'm not an expert, but that sounds like the best way to go about it. Hey, boo-boo. You better put away that holy water. This is one ghost that I don't want to get away. He wanted to write it off, though. He's not going to be able to do that either. Destroyed the seats. You know what it was is the bear accidentally started the massage motors in the back of the seats, drove the bear fucking nuts. First, the bear has an uncontrollable bout of enjoyment from the seat, and then it freaks out and just starts ripping the shit to shit. That is a dangerous scam, though. You're destroying a car to what? Write it off? What's the payout? Like you're filing the damages as way worse than they are? Or... Because, again, you guys submitted the video evidence they held again with this costume being the... I love the sandals in the corner, by the way. Like, the cops just lined it out like, yeah, this is the costume. And some douchebags, Birkenstock, whatever sandals are sitting there. The poo thing is a bad idea because no one's ever found Bigfoot poop. So they'd analyze it and determine it was not, and you get caught. Fair enough, QZ, man. I'm not an expert on Bigfoot. I'm sorry. That's what Johnny does when his futon cheats on... What? What are you talking about? Talking about ripping up the inside of a car? No. I don't have a relationship with a futon, so I don't have any need to do that. It's just a futon, man. It's just a couch that folds into a bed that you sit on. Why is this so confusing? All right, let's keep going. Again, thank you all for your amazing support of this ridiculous program. What the heck is this now? So these are what, the hands or the feet? Which one is this supposed to be? Because we have this. I only see 3 claw-like things. Is this another foot? Like you slide into these? These are the feet? What? Is there a midsection involved? Most bears don't wear a towel. I don't understand. Total the car out so you don't have to pay off the loan. And then what? You just keep the car? Digger's heading out. Got to go again. See you all tomorrow. Yeah, she'll be back with us tomorrow. We've only got a half hour left in the program here. She'll be back with us tomorrow. We'll see and hang out with her for the I suppose her morning, my afternoon. Some people's evenings, some people's early mornings, depending on who reaches out to us and where. We have a couple of different people, but I don't know. I'm not a fursuit expert like Mr. Q. I'm not a fursuit expert. I've never even worn a fursuit. Wouldn't know the first thing. Gonna wear that to FurryCon. It looks like, again, I'll go back to it. It looks remarkably unfinished for any sort of social gathering. This would completely ruin the illusion. Even if you put your best barefoot forward, this would completely kill the illusion. It's over. You're not doing it. We can see you have a weird, soft, terry white midsection. That's not okay. Unless that is literally wrapped in a towel, in which case, why? Is that how you hid it? You had it in a box wrapped in towels? I have so many questions about this. I want to see the footage. I feel like the bear suit, flat and limp on the floor, does not represent what was given. Maybe they sold the shit out of this thing. Maybe whoever wore this bear was in full bear mode. Maybe they could barely contain themselves. Maybe they thought when they got into this character, they would bear it all. They would leave it all laid bare. Till there was barely any doubt. Oh. YouTube lag is real over the last hour. Moving to Rumble. Yeah, that's that is definitely not a me thing. I have changed 0 settings. Let's go to live. Do we have the... Oh, we popped over to a bubble. But let's unmute it. How are we doing now? Oh, we popped over to a bubble. But let's unmute it. All right, now we're going to leave it there and mute. Starp, I can read bear anymore. Stop, I can't bear it anymore is what I think he means. Or stop, I can't bear anymore. Either way, thank you for playing the bit. How are we doing? Yeah, I'm not having any lag on my end. Maybe that's a weird... Maybe it's how it routes for you or something. We're still holding good. It hasn't paused out on me at all. So we'll see how it goes. Digger, I had to lurk a bit. Have a good night. Yeah, Wild had some stuff going on. Totaled the car out. You can buy the car back from the insurance company really effing cheap. I have known people to buy a $3 or $4,000 vehicle on a loan, then just go purposely pop the airbags and total it out so that they can have so they don't have to pay it off. That sounds horrible. I don't want to. I had to lurk for a bit. Have a good night. Yeah, Digger's out of here. Gotta lurk the rest of the show. Take care. Well, thank you for being here, Wild. We love having you guys. But yeah, so as I was saying, there's I'm not an expert, but there is there's no real, in my opinion, win for that. You got to destroy the car. Like, it's gonna be like, yeah, you don't have to pay it off, but it's also gonna be garbage. I guess some people, different strokes, different folks. For me, it's not really a win. Like, yeah, I don't have to pay it off, but now my upholstery's destroyed. Had to put giant stitches into the seats. I guess some people are like, well, now I don't owe the money, but I have the car. And that's the other thing too. Did they destroy the outer parts? Because you're gonna have to pay to fix that. You can't go around with dents and scratches in the paint job. And if they didn't, that's gonna tell you it's a fake bear right there. When there's barely any scratches on the outside. Breaking news: thousands of gallons of corn crude oil spilled into the Mississippi River near Red Wing, Minnesota. What? That's like, Red Wing is, let's say 2.5, 3 hours from me. Thousands of gallons of crude corn oil spilled into the Mississippi River near Red Wing. All right, let's see if we have anybody with any news on it. That's in Providence. That's from 2024. So we have no actual videos on it. Gallons of crude oil spilled into the Mississippi. Yeah, Carol Evan.
I feel strangely.
Oh, Jimmy, don't raid me now. Thank you, Jimmy. Like, I'm completely off this planet. This is not the right time to raid me. Good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever to all of you guys from Awake Jimmy. I hope you've enjoyed your time gaming with our buddy Awake Jimmy. Scruffy, what's up? Saw the new card game and I subbed to Scruffy's channel. It was fun. Baked, hey, yeah, we had a healthy hype train at the beginning of the show, and now I'm completely off the planet. Thousands of gallons of crude oil spilled in the Mississippi River. How's it happen? Well, I was about to read that. I just found out that that the part that's highlighted here that you can see, that just happened, and I'm not nearby, but I'm not too far. Like, it's, like I said, it's a healthy little piece, but it's there. What are we doing? Close this. Ah, all right. Why did it highlight it? Why did it highlight it? There we go. Officials estimate 3,000 to 3.5 thousand gallons, or 3,500, of crude oil spilled into the river. The city said the Red Wing Fire Department responded to an ADM riverfront facility at around 12:10 p.m. Monday. So, Monday afternoon? Confirmed an active spill at the ADM. Well, wait a minute. They said p.m. Yeah, no, because 12 a.m. is so that would be Monday afternoon. They confirmed the facility in the riverfront. The city said the ADM had already placed a containment boom around the spill to contain the oil from drifting downriver. Officials estimate between 3,000 and 3,500 gallons is spilled into the river as a result. Fire crews set up additional containment booms downstream to capture the oil and assisted the Goodhue County Sheriff's Office with river traffic control. According to the release, officials say Clean Harbors is assisting with the cleanup. So this happened yesterday afternoon. I don't know why we're going after that one now. Jesus Christ, you guys are thirsty. Nope. Frickin' app's trying to get me to do shit. This year is shaping up to be shit. We have hardly any snow back in the mountains. We're going to have a drought. Well, we don't have mountains here, so I'm guessing you're in a different spot. I hope you don't have a drought. Drought sounds like a horrible thing to have. We had plenty of snow here for a while. Minnesota is a wet place. You're never worried about the water going away. You're just worried about it fucking freezing. That's it. That's pretty much it. That and the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes aren't fun. The humidity is a little much, but it's okay. I've been told that the dry heat's easier to handle. I'd be tempted to test that. Colorado is dry as fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. So you have to rely on what's on the Rockies then, like kind of work its way down? Yeah, that'll be a problem. That'll be a problem. It's weird with all the Raiders having yellow. So it will affect everyone. Yeah, it sounds like if your water cycle works that way, that sounds like, yeah, that would affect everyone. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't know about that, but it's that from what you're explaining to me, that sounds like that's not good, and that's going to go poorly for you. Who said that was breaking news? Somebody told me that breaking news, 1,000 gallon corn crude oil. Yeah, it's not breaking news, but it happened yesterday afternoon, so it's important news, I would say. It happened Monday afternoon. But you'd think we'd have a video story, like an evening news thing on it by now, if it happened yesterday afternoon. Like when we did videos, we didn't have any a month ago. Spilled corn covers extended portion of road. Oh, that's just corn spills. Corn waste. Yeah, we've got nothing. Weird. Breaking on Iran 45 minutes ago from the White House, says St. Caesar. St. Caesar really just wants to fucking link a channel thing. It's a statement by President Trump that says, let's go to this. Based on the fact the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request of Field Marshal Azim Munir, the Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan, we have been asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. I have therefore directed our military to continue the blockade and in all other aspects remain ready and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded one way or the other. So the current stalemate of the chess match continues. Thrilling. Not an expert. That sounds like we haven't done anything plus or minus. We got to be close to drought conditions in Minnesota also. We didn't get nearly enough snow. Do you think, but like drought conditions? That's surprising. Drought conditions. Because when I think of Minnesota, I think of the 10,000 lakes and all that shit. A drought condition. Don't we usually get spring rain that also helps with it? I don't know. You could be That doesn't. I don't see drought. Let's screen him. Johnny, Minnesota won't report on the nuclear.
100 cheer, 100 cheer, 100.
Oh shit.
Was Phil Sumholz cheered 300 bits.
Thank you for the 300 bits. If we end up launching a fucking hype train again, I'm dead. It's not good for my health. Johnny, Minnesota won't report on the nuclear reactor leaking into Monticello. They're not going to report an oil spill. Well, like they reported on the story, they just didn't give it big coverage. But okay, the nuclear reactor leaking is a bigger one though. That one bothers me.
Cheer 420.
Oh,
so you like
shit.
D-Day. Scruffy D25 cheered 420 bits.
Thank you, Scruffy. You're a buddy and a friend. I wish I had played that game with you guys on was it Saturday? I think it was. No, it was Sunday.
Here comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies, everyone's aboard.
There's like 30 minutes in the show.
Here comes driver 10-2.
But more importantly,
Here he comes,
I have to live beyond that.
Here comes a train!
I didn't do the bit. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm going to die. I do love that sticker. I have been in a pissy mood this today because that effing cat. I tried to get a nap in. I had trouble sleeping, so I tried to get a nap in to balance myself out, and that effing cat just kept coming back in and yowling. It was so annoying. There was a moment where I'm like, all right, screw it. It's time to talk about the cat going to the farm. I've had it. I've had it with the cat.
Damn. Look at all the wieners.
But yeah, no. We just locked the door upstairs so he couldn't get through his kitty door and then had to go with it. Hype train. Yes, we are going crazy. Thank you very much for this. I'm going to do the level 1 burn. Fuck, 65 shit. 65% of the way through level 1 of a hype train. I'm not going to be able to hold shit together while doing this too. For the rest of the oh boy. That's going to be a little difficult. We did that. We did you. So the oil's leaking in Minnesota, and where was this? The bees were leaking in Knoxville, closing a road. So we'll go to this quick and do the controlled burn while we do this. I would be terrified of this. Apparently, the bees were leaking from a truck full of bees so bad they had to close. That's when you have to close a fucking like interstate intersection for bees. They shut the ramp down for the. Okay. Maybe, you know what? I'm getting ahead of maybe there's just a lot of stuff strewn about. That could be it.
WVLT Newsroom on this Friday. I'm joined by Olivia Calfee.
Guess what?
Talking
What?
about big traffic information. We got bees,
Fuck.
Olivia. We got a big problem. What's going on?
Yeah, right now at I-40 East, the exit ramp is closed at Henley Street. But the big story with this is the bees situation. So a truck carrying bees overturns. Over 1 million are on the loose.
1 million bees.
Yeah, so there are beekeepers that were driving the truck. They're now out trying to corral them. I just spoke with TDOT's Mark Nagy a few minutes ago. He said all eastbound lanes are open in this area of I-40. We're close to Western Ave, but it's that exit ramp.
Thank you,
that's closed, and he
Scruffy. We're
said,
now at level
crews out there
2, 6%.
Trying to get the bees back.
I'm so screwed. They shut down the whole off ramp. And what? So, is this water or smoke?
So
that looks like water, but it's not coming back down. So I'm guessing that's some sort of smoke agent to kind of like what? Make the bees fall asleep. Level 3. Fuck. Oh no, not level 3. I'm so screwed. There's only 20 minutes. There's only 20 minutes left in the show. I'm not blaming you. Did you know all honeybees are non-native? The native indigenous Indians called them white man flies. Really? That's an interesting thing to call them. My question then is, what was pollinating America when they weren't here? I know there are other pollinators in the environment. I kind of want to check into that. Don't do it, Johnny. Don't do what? To be fair, the Indians weren't native either. They came from Asia. We have carpenter bees and bumblebees. Okay, so honeybees weren't native. So carpenter bees and bumblebees do the same thing, but they don't produce honey. Okay. So that's how we were getting the job done. What happened to all the carpenter? These are high thoughts. Like, I'm so easy to steer right now. That's why it helps when Digger's here to help keep things on the stream. Thank you for streaming. Sir, having a rough go. I'm sorry you're having a rough go of it. As long as I can afford to do the show, I will continue to do the show. Today's been incredibly successful, so that's going to keep going for a little while. That's going to be. We did nice today. The carpenter bees lose their jobs. The illegal Mexican bees. Oh no! Oh no! We got all the illegal Mexican bees at Home Depot, and then the carpenter bees are out of business. That's called a stereotype. How dare you? Honeybees are not great pollinators. Huh. Well, strike that one up to me learning something new. There are over 20,000 species of bees. Right. And I mistook the idea that we didn't have another species of bee. The white bees are stealing all the black bees' jobs. And then the employers fire all the white bees when they can hire the immigrant bees at half the price. They get an H-1B visa for all the immigrant bees that are. And I tell you, when you say H-1B visa, I say, that we got bees here in America. They're taking their H-1B visas, and their bees took our jobs. Thank you very much, Scruffy D. We're going to finish that hype train at level 3. Thank you very much. 40 seconds at level 6% of level 3. I've got 15 minutes in the show. I've got to do this and one more. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do the last one right before. You know what? Actually, let's hold on 8 minutes. We'll do it at 4:20, and then we'll do one right as the show ends, and then I'll die. And nobody needs to see it. Black bees can't swim. King Kong Dong, I don't think most bees can swim. When it comes to insects that can swim, it's like water bugs, and then there's the wolf spider. There's a tarantula-like spider that can swim. I don't think most bugs, unless they're specifically bugs that live in the water, can swim. It's my overall understanding. So yeah, screw killer bees. They are attacking in Tucson now. Oh, killer bees? Bumblebees are found at the club. Oh. They're attacking in Tucson now. They produce more honey under much hotter and colder conditions, but they attack people as a swarm and chase up to a mile away. Honeybees? So yeah, screw killer bees. Oh no, killer bees. Red fire ants create floating rafts. Yeah, that's true. But they don't naturally swim. What was the swimming thing? You have to crossbreed, lab create African European bees that escaped Brazil in the 50s. They're called killer bees. So yeah, they're supposed to be honey makers. The H-1B. We were doing an H-1B visa. I don't remember what the water thing was with the bugs. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of thrown all over the place. We were doing the story about the bees, and then the hype train happened, and then that thing happened, and now I'm just fucking holding it all together by the string of my teeth. String of my pants. I don't know, whatever. Fuck that. That's what I don't work at Home Depot. I don't think you fit the demographic, QZ, man. I don't think you fit the demographic. Where's that fucking hair? Stop tickling my nose. Bumblebee likes to transform from a Camaro into a giant Autobot that fights the Decepticons. Yeah, but is he at the club? Somebody said he's at the club. Apparently, Bumblebee rocks it at the club. The lazy ones get EBT. Nice. Yeah, see, there's where we were going. Have you seen those Japanese wasps? I thought they were Chinese, but either way, they didn't actually make it here. But yeah, I've heard about those crazy ass wasps. That hype train was fucking insane. It was Johnny 8's books. It was pretty fucking crazy. And thank you all very, very much for that. Completely off my rocker now. I didn't know Tucson was the home of the Wu-Tang Clan. I didn't know that either. I'm not an expert on where people live. Bumblebee is rocking with Shia LaBeouf right now. Let's hope not. Shia LaBeouf is on hard times. I would hope Shia LaBeouf is not involved. We haven't even finished this stupid bee story.
It doesn't get any stranger than this.
It doesn't get any stranger.
This isn't that strange. A truckload of bees overturned. That's not super strange. Inconvenient. This isn't normal. I wouldn't call it strange. It doesn't happen frequently. Nothing about this is incredibly strange. It's just bees are stuck on the road and they had to close the road down.
On par for a Friday, and you know, we also got to keep in mind there was an accident that led to this, so you can see they are spraying stuff down. Hard to tell, you know.
Okay, so they're spraying stuff down for risk of fire. What are they doing for the bees? I'd be more worried about the AIDS monkeys getting loose. No, but don't worry, they caught them all, and they were fine. Apparently, I just learned about this. There is an invasive tick that can make it to where you cannot eat certain foods. I believe it's beef. Don't quote me. Look it up. Yeah, I remember something about a particular one that makes it so you have trouble with certain types of things. It's the bees. Where's Mephisto? What does Mephisto have to do with bees? Killer Bees. I just think Wu-Tang Clan old rap was great. Yeah, I don't. Inside Job, says King Kong Dong. Yeah, somebody wanted to overturn the truck to drive up honey prices. Lime was created in a lab and put into ticks. These ones too. You mean Lyme disease? Interesting. And Scruffy saying the Lone Star tick. Huh. These are some interesting rabbit holes that would be fun to go down sometime. Are we going to get to the actual scene of this?
The truck that was smoking, are they spraying down, trying to keep...
Friday, and you can see all
We're
the cars, just how slow traffic is. I'm very excited. I haven't seen this yet.
Fucking, what the fuck is this? We're going swarming bees close up. Yeah, we're watching the news do what I do, which is scroll the internet talking about random stories we find to entertain people for their afternoon. I don't know. Let's close that out. So yeah, I don't get it. What was strange about it? The bees spilled. They had to rescue a bunch, including a queen. There's 1 million bees. So yeah, the Lyme disease thing would be fun to talk about. That'd be Digger wants to, once we're all settled with this, Digger wants to do a kind of rabbit hole show. So we were talking about ideas. That should be one of them. Go into things and stuff. It's the bees. Yeah, I still don't understand the Mephisto reference to the bees. Anyhow, we've got 2 minutes till that 420 moment where we'll do the controlled burn thing. So I'll read this before I play the video. A Chinese car company has successfully filed a patent for a voice-activated in-vehicle toilet seat. I'm going to stop right there and give you a minute, and then I'm going to say it again. A Chinese car company has successfully filed a patent for a voice activated in-vehicle toilet seat. It slides out of the passenger seat. Scruffy. Buzzy's so mad he retired before his truck could get one. Right? This is the worst idea I've ever heard, but they're doing it. And the best part is I have a video to show you. So let's open this up. Now, obviously, it's not translated.
รถยนต์ไฟฟ้าหรือ EV ของจีนยื่นจดสิทธิบั
Well,
ตร
let's just
ห้อ
go
ง
ahead
น้ำ
and...
ในรถยนต์
Whoa.
ซึ่งซ่อนอยู่ใต้เบาะผู้โดยสารและสามารถ
I don't care. I thought we were going to see one in action, so... Shitter's full. I have so many questions. So, like, the seat goes back and folds to become like a backrest while you take a dump? This is horrible. I thought we were going to get to see one in action. Is this, nope. That's just nope. Okay. This looks horrible. I don't... Rusty, what are y'all sons of bitches saying there in the chat? What are you talking about? So it's not meant to be used in action, but stop side roads is much easier. Sometimes it's hours between rest stops. It's still... I have to drive with that going on. Somebody just blowing the toilet up while you're driving. You have all the windows down, but it ain't helping. The outflow pipe just goes right out by the rear tire, so now you're just leaving a giant brown skid mark on the highway because somebody thought they'd get the fucking habanero, ghost pepper, chili, whatever combo, and now it's just fucking cheddar cheese and beans. 421. Oh, we did miss the 420 thing. Guess what's hard to keep track of? Time. We've got one left. I'm just going to say F it. We're going to do it now. Back to back. No balls, because why not? We got 8 minutes left in the show. Johnny is not an expert on time. No, I'm not an expert. As we've discussed, Abel Graham, thanks to the generous contributions of weirdly sad people, I'm not an expert on anything. So don't take my random pothead musings as expert advice. I know you wanted to. Some of you wanted to make like trades on my advice. Don't trade on based on what I tell you. All right. I'm weirdly sad now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry that you're sad and that I missed that. Nobody ever talks about 421. What about AI trading? I was making a joke. I was saying don't trade based on advice that I give you but I don't even talk. Anyways, it's a long story. Anyone think it is a good thing? Oh, AI trading? Probably not. The space shitter proved it can't be done to have. What? Space shitter proved it can't be done to have. AI trading ads are all over. That's scary. Because if the machines start doing stuff, trades can start going so fast that people can't keep up with them at all. and it's just, and then all of a sudden the machine stops and everybody's fucking pissed. It'll be a huge. I would say it's probably going to lead to a huge problem. In-car shitters. Well, the spaceship one was fixed. They fixed it. And unlike the spaceship one, if the shitter's busted in the car one, you can like pull over and a whole group of people can really get in there and get at it. I don't know, man. I make AI music, but videos or images, I try to tag those. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I've made AI music, but I'm curious about images as well. I've done a couple of like thumbnail images, but I use the source material that the AI does what I want, so it's a weird thing. And one of the AIs I use is literally tied into a program I have, so I don't know. Nikki says, nice haircut, Johnny. Well, thank you, Nikki. I like it too. It's the first one I ever got at Sport Clips. Price-wise, probably not going to go back there again. It was interesting to be there and have the TV to distract me. I did enjoy that. I'm not a big sports guy, but the TV distracting me from what was going on was nice. Made the haircut seem go over quicker. The Avengers Doomsday AI trailers are getting scary good. Has an actual trailer dropped? I don't know. I also really don't care. I won't watch Doomsday until it's like widely available for me to watch. So that's pretty much it. So anyhow, but we will be back. Oh, wait, we've got 4 minutes left. Fuck. I might as well do another story. Do we have a fun animal thing? We found about the in-car toilet. I think we've really kind of flushed that about as heavy as we're going to. Do we have a video? No, that's a hot air balloon. All right. Well, didn't Wild have to already leave anyway? I don't know. We did the crude oil spill. We do have this one about the hot air balloon, so we'll do this, and then we'll leave the rest of that for later. Anyways, Jesus, my phone's blowing up like a motherfucker. Air balloon carrying, not killing. A video showing a hot air balloon carrying 13 people had to make an emergency landing in a backyard. It's like something out of a beer commercial, where they land in a backyard and it's just, and now it's a party because somebody brought like fucking Bud Light or some shit, or Coors, or name your favorite brand.
Air balloon landing in a backyard.
Looks like it was a pretty good landing. It's exactly what happened to a family in Temecula this morning. Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell joining us live now with this ABC 7 exclusive. Amy.
Well, that's right, Jory and Nico. We have that exclusive video, and it's incredible. There are so many ways this could have gone wrong, but somehow this hot air balloon landed safely, and no one was injured. It wasn't the landing anyone expected.
Okay, I was going to say, like, you landed in a backyard, big whoop. You landed in a backyard, big whoop. Want to fight about it? That is a tiny backyard.
But somehow, a hot air balloon carrying 13 people landed in the backyard of a Temecula home.
Hi, everybody!
The homeowner was watching television around 8:30 Saturday morning when a neighbor knocked on his door.
Go and answer the door. And this guy's like, they just landed in your backyard. I'm like, what?
What are the odds that a guy that has that looks like a fairly professional microphone? Are you somebody does streaming shit, buddy?
And then Hunter and his wife Jenna, who had been in another room at the time, went outside.
So I go into the backyard and I open the sliding glass door, and there's a basket full of 13 people in my backyard.
It's snugged right up to the fence there. Just 13 people, like a whole party of people. This is all amazingly hilarious. How do we get rid of the balloon or the basket? Why did the crash happen? Was there a system failure on the balloon? Was there a system failure? Is it out of fuel? Are we way off course? Why did we have to land?
Pilot, he was masterful. You know, he got it like right down inside, like directly into the backyard where there was nothing, like the balloon didn't catch on anything. No one was injured.
The homeowners say the hot air balloon pilot told them the wind died, forcing him to make an emergency landing.
You can kind of see in the video of how they came in, and he kind of just plopped straight down and was moving very slowly.
I run to the back, and there's
Wow.
a whole group of people
That
are
looked
just
like Molly
waving at
Shannon.
me. And I'm like,
Yeah, no, that really kind of looks like Molly Shannon.
oh my God. So the sound I heard was the flames.
All right, then. 100% streams. Neat setup. Yeah, that's not a bad setup. And good for you. You got a huge thing out there. You didn't pimp your stream thing, though. That might not have been the best choice. Anyways, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to be on the Steel Toe Show tomorrow morning, and then I will be here with Digger tomorrow afternoon. We'll be doing another lovely show. Thank you for helping support the program and hanging out. I am not an expert. Do not take my advice as anything more than the musings of a crippled pothead. I'm going to get out of here. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been a privilege and a pleasure. Thank you for continuing to support us in the 2 Hype Trains. Have a lovely day. Be well. Enjoy yourselves. And I got to work on the new thumbnails for the In and Out. Well, that's way too loud. For the In and Out now that I got to do that. But we have the song.